All right, what's going on, people? I hope you all had a nice draft kind of weekend. I mean, there was 3 days, so you kind of counted as a weekend. But I think the Giants got a lot better this week. I think we addressed a lot of positions that we could use help in. I think we got stronger on some positions that we got into, especially in the secondary. I like Rodarius Williams a lot lately. As far as the late picks, we didn't address the offensive line, but I'm thinking that the Giants are either going to address that line in free agency with the guys that are still there, or they just feel really confident about guys like Lemieux and Zach Fulton, or maybe even Jonathan Harrison.
Oh, you just open it up to us? Yeah, I mean, yeah,
Oh yeah. I mean, what do you? I can
yeah.
start this off, but first off, I put out a video of my reaction to the Aaron Robinson pick, and I mean, I've just never ran into so many Giants fans who like they must have all coached at the highest level. They must all have put in the 20 to 30, 40 years of experience at the general manager position because apparently, hey, I just found this out that four cornerbacks can line up on the field at the same time. I didn't know that. I never knew that. And there's a new package that they're instilling in the NFL called the dime package. But I'll open this up to you all. What are you guys thinking about this draft?
Man, you go ahead.
First? No, I'm just asking who you want to go first.
We can go in order. You can go first, Pat.
What's going on, Big Blue, Joe, Nate? I ain't seen you in a while. Max, I ain't seen you in a while. Shout out to you guys. Congratulations to you guys for everybody going through a whole draft weekend. That was a little bit more than I thought it was going to be. I did like 3 5-hour streams, man. It was crazy. But what I think about our draft, I'm gonna go pick by pick. Let me know if I'm going too long, Dig. The Kadarius Toney pick, great pick considering what happened. Our ops, as they call them now, traded with each other. To conspire to get Devontae Smith to the Eagles, which made Devontae Smith cry.
It looked like he was crying.
It's funny. Live on stream when the pick was announced, and like they panned in on Devontae. Yeah. I said he doesn't look happy.
No, you do know that he said that Jalen Hurts was a quarterback he did not want to play with at Alabama.
The Eagles fans said that. He's happy. He's happy. He wants to play with Jalen Hurts. I'm like, okay, sure. He played with Mac Jones and he played with
Tua.
And of course, the guy he wants to play with the most is Jalen Hurts. He wants to hang out with Jalen Hurts. He doesn't want to play with him.
Yeah, he does not want to play with Jalen Hurts because he knows he's not going to get the stats that he's supposed to. But the Kadarius Toney pick, I thought we were going to go Bateman if we went receiver, but we went with Kadarius Toney. And now when I look at it, he's the weapon that we actually need. And with that pick from the Bears, let's say if Slayton doesn't show up or and we lose Shepard, we lose receivers, we can use that receiver to get a Justin Ross. I mean, that pick to get like a Justin Ross from Clemson and have Ross, Toney, and Galladay next year. Who knows? I think they did that also. It's not the popular opinion of the Giants fans, but I think they did that for reinsurance for Daniel Jones. With those 2 first-round picks next year, if Daniel Jones doesn't pan out, we could use those picks to get up in the draft to get one of those quarterbacks or use them, to get like an Aaron Rodgers towards the end of his career to win one with us. Who knows what we could do with that pick? Deshaun Watson's going to be available next year after he comes off the commissioner's list this year. And Kadarius Toney, you got to look at the guy. He's improved his route running. He did not have a drop all last season, and the guy's just shifty as hell, man. Like,
let me just pause you real quick. Kadarius Toney is getting billed as somebody who has drop issues because he dropped a couple passes at the Senior Bowl.
3 drops and 150 catches, man.
In the real games he played in, he didn't drop anything. So like they're coming up with you're scouting the Senior Bowl as if it's game tape.
Yeah, also, I think he's like 3 drops out of 150 targets total.
Yeah, that's what I just said. To add on to you, Pat, on the first thing you were saying, not a lot of Giants fans like it. The 2 future firsts as assurances for Daniel Jones. Actually, from what I've seen, I'm surprised. A lot of them have acknowledged that is exactly what it could be. Like if worst case scenario DJ doesn't work out, we have good enough draft capital to trade up if need be and whatnot. And then, of course, in the best case scenario, we just got 2 great first-round picks. And let's be honest, this year we had 2 first-round picks in Toney and Ojulari, man. That's amazing, man. And to speak to your route running thing, one of the reasons I like Kadarius Toney so much, and I said this in my reaction/recap video, I wanted to have him in my third mock draft at pick 42. I said, don't mistake that for me saying he is a second round pick, because he's not. Because I also said in that draft video he should go in the first, and we know from Urban Meyer that he was gonna go in the first no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
I just love the pick so much. He's not a polished route runner because he's only been playing wide receiver for like 2 or 3 years. Like before he was a running back.
Actually, a year and a half.
Yeah, exactly. Like he's this good now. As he continues to finish his technique, he's gonna be great.
Yeah, he's literally like how what they did to Tyreek Hill as he came into the NFL, how he's developed. That's what he did in college, except in less than a calendar year. He's gotten that much better at running routes and getting open.
You got to think if you're.
You know who else I compare him to? And another Gettleman pick, somebody that I wanted to sign.
Yeah,
Curtis Samuel.
Definitely. But I see him as having a higher ceiling than him.
100%.
I think he has a higher ceiling than Curtis Samuel, but you got to remember Tyreek Hill. He was getting running back duties with the Chiefs when he first came out. He was breaking off runs because they was pitching it to him from the backfield. We could do the same thing. As long as we put motion in this offense, that guy's going to be amazing for us. Put Kadarius Toney in motion.
You know, Washington.
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. Oh, jinx. I was just really quickly going to say, Washington fans, I've seen them on Twitter saying, like, who's guarding their, receiving core. I'm like, well, the Giants are. We got a pretty strong secondary. But I legitimately could ask the same thing about us. We got 3 different wide receivers right now. You know, I'm saying the big physical guy in Galladay, the route running master in Shepard, who's always been underrated in that sense, and now a really explosive and shifty guy in Toney. I'm like, is there a secondary that matches all 3? There isn't, in my opinion.
I was saying, I think you got to include Slayton right there as the fourth
as
option.
A rotational guy.
Yeah.
Don't be surprised if a guy like Ross doesn't make this roster as well. Just want to say that.
I think it's between Ross and Pettis. One of them will make it, one of them won't.
Listen, ODP better. But first of all, Diggy, how come our names aren't shown at the bottom?
Oh, I took that off for the stream. Wait a second. Let me pull it back up.
Yeah. Somebody was asking. That's Big Pat Sports Talk, guys. Go over there and check him out.
Yes, please. But Kadarius Toney is a way better pick than people are giving credit for. And give Dave Gettleman credit. Whoever pulled the trade back off, I knew we were going to trade back once we didn't get Devontae Smith because we were targeting him the whole time. I knew it because that's Joe Judge's boy, and he's from Alabama. They got ties. Have you noticed that everybody that we pick has ties to somebody in our coaching staff? Like everybody we pick.
I know they were. I was going to say, I know they were going after Elijah Mitchell before they took that other running back. He went 2 picks before us.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, you don't know how sad I was when Elijah Mitchell went 2 picks. You know how much I love him, bro.
But I like the guy we got, though. Brightwell.
Oh, yeah, the guy we got is nice. But
yeah, Brightwell is nice, and he's bigger than what you think. Now, I want to take a shot at all the Gettleman haters. You don't have to love the guy, but, geez, get a guy a little bit of credit.
Pat,
the guy that everybody wanted.
Pat, this is now 2.5 years, or if you want
to
be
conservative as
a Gettleman hater, 2 straight years of just nothing but good moves.
Yeah,
dude is really batting 1,000. If you I'll go through the picks real quick. The first year he got here, he took Saquon. That's an easy one because we pretty much knew what he was going to be.
And they wanted Sam Darnold, by the way.
Exactly. And then Hernandez. So I mean, I would say that's a solid guard. People try to act like Hernandez is just some turnstile, but I think he's a solid starter.
It's because people have all pro expectations for him.
And then we took Zimenez. That's for me.
No, that was 2020. 2019. No, that was 2019. 2018 was Carter. Who's the good
Carter? Yeah, and that's another solid starter. That's what you want out of your third rounder.
Which, by the way,
he has a higher ceiling. Yeah.
The reason I love Aziz on here so much, I said the coaching thing, but him and Carter as a duo, in my opinion, is so good because whatever one does really well, and they're bad at, the thing that they're bad at, the other does really well.
Yeah. So, and then you go to it's hazy at this point, but basically he's got Ryan
BJ
Connolly.
Hill was next because BJ Hill had 2 third-round picks, I think.
Exactly.
Then it was Davis Webb, I think, or Colorado, 1 out of 2.
No, I don't think so.
We had a quarterback in 2018. It was the 5th-round pick.
Then if it was a quarterback, then it was Colorado.
Then RJ McIntosh at the end, who's a good rotational guy.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm saying he's gotten guys like Darius Slayton who I think he could be our third or fourth receiver, and he's a good player. So he's gotten a ton of play. I really can't think of anybody, especially in the first 2 or 3 rounds, that's just been like a bust besides Zimenez. I don't understand how you could ask for him to do any better than what he's doing. And then even in free agency, Nate Solder is the only bust, but everybody agreed we had to get the best tackle on the market, and he was the best tackle on the market at that point. So Gettleman has not been doing a bad job. And then I'm going to go back to it because these comments were out of control. I don't know if anybody in this stream was leaving those comments on my Robinson reaction, but I mean, if you are, I don't understand why you would be in the stream now, but it was ridiculous. Just because I criticized,
so they probably are not here.
I hope they're not here. But just because I don't like a certain pick for whatever reason, doesn't mean that I'm saying that I hate Dave Gettleman and I think he's messing up the draft. I still think, even if I hated the pick, even more than I did, I would still think that this draft was an A draft. We got Kadarius Toney and Azeez Ojulari. If we would have taken Azeez Ojulari at 20 and Toney fell to 42, everybody saying that we overdrafted Toney will be saying that this was a great draft. This was a great first 2 rounds, and we got it still. So those two players is a home run out of the park. And Aaron Robinson, I didn't like that pick initially. Once I kind of slept on it, I still wish that we would have gone after a Ben Cleveland or an offensive lineman, but I'm assuming that we're going to get someone like Trey Turner or something. But even if we didn't do that, Aaron Robinson is a corner that on a lot of teams would have been starting. And Max, I saw your super chat. I kind of got stuck in conversation. I'm going to finish my thought and I'll get right to it. Aaron Robinson, a lot of people feel like he could have gone to a team and been, a number 2, number 1 corner for a team that needed corners. So
I think those are all guys. Eagles and Cowboys.
Yeah, exactly. Those are all good players. And then we got Ellerson Smith, who is what you all think that Gregory Rousseau is. Ellison Smith is a 6'7", 250-something pound pass rusher who can play on the outside, who's explosive, who jumped 41.5 inches off of the ground at 6'7". Imagine this dude playing basketball, jumping with a 40-inch vertical at 6'7".
Real quick, play basketball.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
Mm-hmm. Can we talk about Ellerson Smith for a second? Because I love the pick.
Oh yeah, wait.
Before I get to that, let me get going to start, bro.
Let me get to Max Wester's chat, and then we'll get to Ellerson. Shout out to Max Wester for the $2 super chat. Starting 3 wide receiver projections, I think it's pretty clear for me. It will be Golladay, Shepard on one side, Toney in the slot, and then I see Toney and Shepard kind of alternating, and then sometimes Slayton will come in. And Slayton played a lot in the slot too, so I see that as a huge rotation. But the base 3 receivers are going to be Toney, Shepard, and Golladay. And, depending on the matchup, so I think all 3 of them could play in the slot.
Yeah, I think there's going to be like that as well because Shepard does have experience on the outside. So when they do just base 3 receiver sets, I think they put Toney in the slot, Shepard on one side, Golladay on the other side. But, man, when we run those 4 or 5 receiver sets, it's going to be a show. It's going to be a show. I'm going to tell you that now.
One of my biggest complaints, if not my biggest complaint last year, was whenever we rolled into a game with like 3 or 4 receivers, we're finally going to be rolling in 5 deep, bro.
I was sick, man. And then it's like, if you're only going to play 4 or 5 receivers, that kind of makes me nervous because we might be up in a situation where I hope this doesn't happen. I don't think this will happen, but they want their receivers to play special teams. And I don't know how much Slayton has played on special teams, and he's going to be the 4 most of the time. And then guys like Dante Pettis and guys like John Ross, they're going to have to be returners because you need your 5th, 6th receivers to play special teams. So some guys just aren't going to get jerseys.
Yeah, I think we get 2 extra roster spots for a game day though because of the extra game, ain't it? I think it's I think it's 55 instead of 53.
Yeah,
so,
but
that's going to help a couple of people out. But if you want to get back to the draft, if you want to talk about Ellerson Smith, we could do that real quick.
Oh, can we talk about Smith real quick? Because even though I like him and I like the pick a lot, a couple people seem to think he's going to start immediately. I don't necessarily agree with that. I think Carter still has that second outside linebacker spot locked up for now.
Yeah. I don't think...
Go ahead, Dave.
Go ahead.
I believe he's a project player, but has major upside. And don't be surprised if he's playing that other DN spot on the other side of Williams and Dexter Lawrence.
Because of his size, right?
And he can actually put on 20 to 25 extra pounds and still be lean and mean. That dude's a monster, man. When you look at him, that dude's an absolute monster. And that tackle from UNI was a monster as well. That 6'8" guy.
Yeah, Spencer Brown.
Yeah, you seen them going at each other. Both, man, that was like a clash of the Titans going against each other, man. That was crazy.
And
big ass dudes.
Shout out to Justin Pennant because he tweeted this out, and I completely couldn't agree more. Where he's like, we are overstacked. I don't think that was the word he used, but that's what I'm going to use at the defensive line position, secondary position, and now outside linebacker position. That's a great problem to have, and I'm just the only reason I worry is because like I've grown attached to guys like Darnay Holmes who may very well, through the offseason lose. I wouldn't say start a spot, but lose some reps. I'll say, right?
Definitely.
Yes, he's going to lose reps
it's a great problem to have.
He's going to lose reps automatically. If they got a bigger receiver in the slot, they're going to put Robinson on him instead of Darnay Holmes.
Yeah, he's real fit.
They have a bigger receiver in the slot. The quicker, twitchier receiver, they're going to put Darnay Holmes on him.
And I think that's a good idea. And the thing is, that's why I made that video ranting, because I'm like, I wanted Darnay Holmes to possibly, before we brought in Adoree Jackson, I wanted Darnay Holmes.
Incredible.
Yeah. So, I mean, it seems like, to me, at that point, it felt like they were giving up on him. But now that I think about it, they do want to be able to play a lot of different kinds of football. So that might be a good point. Putting Darnay against the twitchy guys, putting him against the bigger guys.
That pick there, I'm sorry to cut you off, but I want to make one more point about Robinson. That pick there is for teams like the Cowboys who put CeeDee Lamb in the slot. CeeDee Lamb is not a quick twitchy receiver. He's just big and he knows how to, maneuver his routes. I think Aaron Robinson will be that matchup instead of Darnay Holmes because he has the size and the strength to keep up with CeeDee Lamb. So he's there. Watch, he's going to play a major role in this team. You just watch.
Oh, yeah, he definitely will. And then the thing is, too, that I like about it is that if we do get into a situation where we don't know who's playing inside, we don't know who's playing outside, both Darnay Holmes and Aaron Robinson can play inside and outside. So, I mean, we have a ton of guys that can play, like going all the way to Xavier McKinney, Julian Love, Logan Ryan. We got a whole bunch of guys that can just man up on people. So I'm excited about that part.
And another thing, I said this in my video as well. The drafting of multiple cornerbacks that could play inside and outside, and a guy that Robinson that could legitimately survive if they just put him only at outside, and then Rodarius Williams, who also is just going to be a really good man press guy, is that the reality situation is we're not going to be paying two corners in Adoree Jackson and James Bradbury the money we're paying him right now forever. Obviously, I 100% believe Bradbury earns that money. He gets it. He should continue to get it for as long as the Giants want to keep him on. Adoree has yet to prove to us, he legitimately does, that he deserves what he got. So it's like whenever we stop paying him that much money, we have guys that, in my opinion, could automatically step in. Or, of course, in the worst case scenario, we talk about injuries all the time. Should Adoree go down, I'm saying Robinson steps in, I think, and you still have Holmes in the slot.
Another thing about Aaron Robinson, I believe they picked him. Things are just coming to me. How bad have we been against tight ends?
Is that why you
we were good last year?
Huh? No, like we were still getting burnt by tight ends last year.
Last year
it wasn't terrible.
I think we did really good.
It wasn't as terrible as it usually was, but it was still kind of bad. Like the dude from what's the dude's name from
the Cardinals?
Logan Thomas from the Redskins killed us.
I have to look back at that, but I think we did really good against tight. When I actually looked at it, I felt like we did, but when I look back at the stats, I saw that we actually did what we did. We did worse than we did in 2019 statistically as far as yards against tight ends, but we did way better again as far as touchdowns go.
Don't be surprised if we keep Peppers in the box and let that guy play tight end sometime.
Yo, let's just at this point, let's just move Peppers to linebacker next to Blake, bro. Like for real. Let's move Peppers to linebacker next to Blake.
This is funny. This is funny. I'm calling the Cowboys a Dallas Circles because they have no corner.
The Cowboys let the Eagles get Devontae Smith, and I'm just like, who on your team is going to cover them, Dallas?
I mean, that's the funny part.
The Eagles are going to cover him for you. The Eagles are going to cover him for you.
The funny thing is, I have two rumors, two kind of like theories, rumors kind of things. One is that the Cowboys they didn't even want Surtain or Horn. They wanted Parsons the whole time. They felt like he was the best player, defensive player. And a lot of people are saying that they just felt that way and they just said, we'll trade back either way. So if they really felt that way, then they put out really good smoke screens. And that was a big brain move, even though they need a corner. And then the other thing is that I saw this on Twitter was that the Giants, they wanted the shiftier, quick twitch, receiver like Waddle. And we never even wanted Devontae Smith. And we forced the Eagles to give up draft capital because we wanted to make them think that we wanted Devontae Smith. And then we were going to always trade down and get Tony. So I'm hoping both. I mean, I'm definitely hoping that the Giants thing was real because that would be hilarious to me to make the Eagles have to give up draft capital and we didn't even want the player. That would be funny to me.
I'll tell you this though, we mentioned earlier, he definitely wanted us. This man is not happy to be in Philadelphia, bro.
He looked like it was like one of those pre-draft Trump promises.
They put that Jordan crying meme on him. Boy, that was funny as hell.
Somebody say he looked like he's being held at gunpoint. I'm like, yeah, I haven't seen him smile yet. You know, like when they tweet out like a Photoshop of the picture in the player's jersey, or like just like they had one of Kadarius holding up a Giants jersey. He's beaming. The Eagles didn't do that. They had to make a drawing of Devontae smiling. I'm just like, he doesn't want to be there, bro.
Yeah, I
could see that being a future problem for the Eagles as well. I could see him getting real upset there.
Yeah, I looked at his interview, and I guarantee you the reason that he doesn't want to be on the Eagles is what they did last year. And all these Eagles fans laugh it off, and they like the troll and stuff and laughing it off. But I guarantee you he does not like what the Eagles did last year because he sat down with Shannon Sharp on that interview and he said he wants to be in a locker room where people want to win every single game they play in. They want to compete at 100% every time they play. And he said, he doesn't want to be in a locker room where people are just coming there to get checks. And the dude really seems like he's like all in. So I'm thinking he's going to be a good player wherever he is, to be honest with you. But I don't think that he likes that culture.
Diggy, not only does he not like the culture, we still don't know like how good of a quarterback Jalen Hurts can be. I feel like he probably wants to go somewhere where, he was going to have at least a little bit of success, his first year.
Yeah.
I'm saying this now. I think the Eagles not going to ruin that guy's career, but he's not going to be what he's supposed to be until he's actually on his second contract. Because I believe in the beginning they're not going to be able to utilize him the way he's supposed to be. Is him, Fulton, Rager.
And I will say this to give Eagles some credit. I don't want to, but I think a combination of him and Rager, I would take that over Justin Jefferson. Which, if they did take Jefferson last year, they're not taking Smith this year.
Yeah.
Justin
Jefferson is a good point.
Ahead of Rager.
I didn't see Gettleman's interview, but if he said this, then that theory kind of holds true. If he said that he started talking to the Bears around pick 7, then that theory kind of holds true that they might not even want it, Devontae Smith.
It could. I mean, to be honest, it could have also been maybe. I agree with you there. They probably did really want Waddle, but it could have been they were thinking Smith is not going to make it to us or something, and that's why they started talking.
Or they could have known the Eagles and Cowboys were going to be jerks and do what they just did. Do what they did.
Yeah, because there were a lot of rumors that the Eagles.
Yeah, Gettleman said in his interview how he called him to trade up, which means he probably had an inkling of how he was going to call other teams to trade up.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's funny then. Yeah, probably. I guarantee you, if they wanted Devontae Smith, they would have probably just called the Cowboys and given up a pick. If they wanted,
they would have called the Broncos.
I think they would have called the Cowboys because it seems like the Cowboys wanted to move out either way. But I think we got who we wanted. I really think that we got somebody that we really, that they really believe in. And I just hope that Jason Garrett had his hands on this pick. And that he wants to use him a certain way, or whoever's going to be using him, already has a plan. Because
by the way, you bring up a good point. I think we did want Tony, man. Like the way Judge spoke.
Did you get to see the interview? Behind wherever the first receiver was. Well, if it was Waddle or Smith, I think he was right behind him.
Exactly.
Did you get to see the post day 1 interview, Diggy?
I saw part of it.
The way Judge was talking about him, I just got to feel I'm like he was gonna get him no matter what.
Yeah, this is kind of a good point. You don't want them always, getting hit unnecessarily. But other than that, I like him a lot.
He'll learn that. He'll learn that quick after he gets hit a couple of times in the NFL. Yeah. He'll learn how to get out of bounds real quick.
Aaron Robinson lays him out.
But the second pick is probably the most impressive one.
Yeah, definitely.
People were killing Gettleman saying he was an ass. You know what? For not taking Azeez Ojulari Quiddy at 20. And then he turns around and get that same guy you were killing him for 30 picks later, almost a full round later, a whole round worth of picks later. That's smart, man. So these people knew that people were passing on him because they said he had something about a knee issue. That's what I like about Joe Judge. He goes ahead of the pack, and he got him with our doctors a long time, like a month or so ago. He got him with our doctors, and they cleared him. And so I trust our medical staff because really our medical staffs have worked miracles. We get injuries and stuff every year, so they should know what an injury really looks like.
And the thing is, what they were concerned about with Azeez, and I was confused on why teams were passing on him that one. It was something from years ago. It was back in high school.
It was in high school. It was ridiculous. I mean, it's like a degenerative thing. It's the same thing they said with Miles Jack. Miles Jack hasn't had any issues. And your first round pick, you want 4 or 5 years out of them. A lot of times they might end up leaving anyway. So, like, if a dude has to retire after 5 years, you got what you picked him for.
And if you want to talk about degenerative is what Terrell Davis had. Davis had before he had to leave after his 2,000 yards. See, that's what degenerative is. That means there's nothing you can do about it. It's going to come to you regardless.
Exactly. And I'm sure the Broncos fans would not trade away getting, Terrell Davis because he helped them win Super Bowl.
But I believe Ojulari is going to be our starter, opposite of Lorenzo Carter or Zimenez. We got plenty of good pass rushers, man, and somebody's not going to make the team between Cam Brown and Carter Coughlin. One of those guys
is going to be Cam Brown. Carter Coughlin, they like him a lot because they use him inside and out.
I hope that Cam Brown makes, because I love Cam Brown. Like, I like Cam Brown so much just because of the fact, like, I can't point out something technically that he's good at, but literally every time I saw the man in the field, he got in the backfield somehow. He got to the quarterback somehow.
And he's a special teams guru.
That's really good on special teams.
And I think that's why he beats out Carter Coughlin if they have to get rid of one of them, because his value on special teams is tremendous. And
I just can't see us getting rid of Carter Coughlin because
me either, but somebody's gonna have to go.
A lot of people do love Carter Coughlin. And go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to just say, I just wanted to just give my quick answer real quick to this. I had Tony as number 5 after Bateman. And that's another thing. I would have taken Bateman over Tony, but I mean, this is the guy that they wanted. So
maybe and the more I thought about it, I had literally the same rankings as you, I think. Yeah. I think that Tony just fits us better, probably.
Exactly.
If we're a motion running team. Now, if we were just lining up and just stacking up, Bateman fits it better. That's why they like Devontae Smith, because you could do both with them. But if they get Tony trained up to where he can be an outside receiver, like a legit outside receiver, right now, I'm going to be honest with you, he's not quite at that level yet, but he's a weapon. And so I believe with the addition of the LSU offensive guy and with Freddie Kitchens, I believe we're going to see a lot more motion this year. And when you put Kadarius Toney in motion, not only does it open up the whole field, it lets Daniel Jones see the coverage a little bit better as well, whether they're running zone or if they're running man. And if you're running man against us, look for Daniel Jones to get a lot of first downs this year with his feet.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm just really just convinced. I mean, I'm just concerned to just think of, like, how are they going to play this team? And, like, I've said this before, and it's crashed and burned, but I'm pretty confident this year to have a mobile quarterback who I believe can at least be – I believe at this point Daniel Jones can at least be a game manager level kind of quarterback as far as just throwing it. And then you add on the legs. And then you have a Saquon Barkley beside him. I think it's just all up to the health of Saquon Barkley. If just he's out there, like, you cannot stack the box against him. You just can't do it. You can't stack the box against him,
bro.
And you cannot just
Biggie.
It's nothing you can do.
Didn't I tell you months ago Saquon gonna have a better comeback than AP? This was before the draft. After the draft, I'm convinced he's having a better comeback than AP, bro. because
That's gonna
of
have
what
to be
you
a hell
said.
of a season, Hub. AP had
Listen,
a
bro.
hell of a
I
season.
don't think he's gonna have a better
He's gonna
season
have
because we're gonna throw the football.
2,500 scrimmage yards, bro.
Then he's gonna have to have a lot of
I
receiving
think you
yards.
need to look at what AP did when he came back, bro. That dude was an absolute
Listen,
monster.
Let's go over it.
saying
And then is Saquon Barkley going to get the amount of carries Adrian Peterson got?
I just can't see it, man.
Different.
I can't see it. I can see him having a bigger impact, maybe him just being out there, maybe. But to say better than AP,
having a bigger impact, does that not mean he had a better comeback?
No, I'm just saying. I mean, like as far as stats, I just can't see it because right now I'm looking at Galladay. I'm thinking that's 1,300 yards. Unless DJ is just trash, and we're picking another.
No, this is what it really depends on. It really depends on how much they want to pass the ball.
I think they're gonna. Really? I think it's gonna be an open kind of scheme. They'll pass it when they need to. They'll throw it when they need to. But at the end of the day, it's a passing league, and you're gonna have to throw the ball.
Remember when Gettleman said that?
He's like, have enough corners.
He said, "I figure it's a passing league. Might as well have a lot of corners."
A lot of corners.
Anyway, I do see Saquon Barkley getting a lot of yards on wheel routes because we have so many weapons on the field. Say if we got a 4-receiver set out there and we got Saquon Barkley coming out the backfield doing a wheel route on the linebacker, he's going to win that every time. And sometimes we're going to catch teams in that covers where the linebacker's on the island. And I believe Saquon Barkley can have a great season getting those check downs of wheel routes and just doing option routes at the backfield for a running back. If Daniel Jones turns out to be a decent to good quarterback, there's no way this offense should be top 15 or higher.
Yeah, you know what I would do? I would move. Listen, if you want to play around with these numbers, I would move Saquon's number to 4, and I would make I would get that jersey unretired or whatever you got to do, and put Kadarius Toney at 1. So from far away, they might look kind of similar. And I will put both of them in the backfield. I will put Saquon in the slot sometimes and Toney in the backfield. I would just move them around and just have them because Toney can play running back. He can run routes out of the backfield.
Yeah, but we got 3 running backs right now.
I don't care. Tony's still gonna get some carries.
Yeah,
you think he's actually going to get some carries?
I can see him getting wild. I can see him getting carries in the Wildcat in the red zone. Like if we get to like the 7-yard line, I can see him being in the Wildcat, and the guy could throw the ball too. The guy actually has a pretty damn good arm. He has a good arm and Trask.
I'm seeing a couple of jet sweeps where he throws the ball to Saquon. I'm seeing a lot of plays.
By the way, I just want to say, speaking of the numbers, I want this man Toney to wear 14, bro. Since 1 and 4 retired.
Man. I saw him. Now listen, when you go buy his jersey or go to look at his jersey, he has the number 1 jersey, but that's for the number 1 draft pick.
Yeah.
But when you go to buy it, it's still listed as number 1. I'm thinking that they might make an exception because it seems like, I don't know. But that's
and I still haven't gotten an email yet that my Kenny Galladay jersey shipped out.
They said 14 is retired too.
Oh yeah, Y.A. Tittle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I think he's going to pick another single-digit number though.
I think he's going to choose the number 5.
What? 1 + 4.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he did wear 4. So yeah, but I guess we got to get back to Aziz. I didn't really give my take on it. I think Aziz is I think he's going to start for us. I think he's going to start day 1 for us. He definitely has some stuff. He definitely has some stuff he needs to clean up because he does have like kind of one pass rush move, and it works. When it works, it's crazy. The little cross chop.
I forgot he has a name for it too.
I don't know what he called it.
He was saying that he had a name for it.
I don't know what he called it.
I forgot what he called it, but it's a move that he does. It's pretty effective.
Yeah, it was a 2-word name.
I know it's called a cross chop, but I don't know what he specifically called it. But that's his one move that he does. And when it doesn't work, he gets stonewalled. So we got to teach him some more moves. But I started looking at Ojulari. He was like kind of like the first pass rusher of this draft that I really scouted, besides Rousseau, because everybody was saying he was so amazing. But when I look at the tape, it was different. But Ojulari, off the ball, he's probably in the top 2 or 3 quickest off of the snap. Coming off of the edge this year. So the Giants have not had that. Since we moved to this 3-4 outside linebacker thing, the number one thing you need from that twitchy outside linebacker is explosion. And we did not have that. We just have not had it. We've had the hustle guys, Marcus Golden. we have not had like, the race car kind of thing that we had, that the Broncos had with Von Miller and DeMarcus Ware, where guys are just running around the corner.
That was like, both of those guys were
both of them are just. And when I look at Azeez Ojulari and Ellerson Smith is more of a projection, but he has the athleticism for both of them to just be off of the ball as soon as it snaps and just make the quarterback have to step up. Because even if the lineman takes them around the corner, the quarterback still has to step up. And we have Dexter Lawrence
into Leonard Williams, bro.
We have Dexter Lawrence and Leonard Williams right there in the middle. So
I'm telling you,
beating around the corner
with the amount of double teams that Dexter got last year, and now Leonard is gonna get double teams. Carter or whoever's gonna beat it, I want to say it's Carter, but Carter and Ojulari are gonna have really good time on single teams, one-on-ones.
Yeah. If Ojulari and Carter can win one-on-ones,
we're set.
That's all they have to
70% of the time even only 60 to 70% of the time, our defensive line is gonna have a party because you got to double team Dex, you're gonna have to double team Williams and Odigbo. He's actually pretty effective in rushing and we know as well.
And this goes back to what I was saying. We have a good problem inside the line because you're gonna have Danny Shelton out there on running downs as well. BJ Hill's gonna be rotated into like
the defense is stacked, man. The defense is stacked.
I don't see teams getting those 3rd and 14s or 3rd and 13s against.
I just can't see it. I mean, I really like when I try to be objective and just say like, okay, I need to come back to earth. I really just can't see it because against the run, I just don't see much happening. I mean, our problem last year was that we had Devontae Downs out there sometimes, but now we have Reggie Ragland, who's going to be at least good against the run, and he was solid against the pass.
And Tay Crowder still going to get some snaps too.
Yeah. Anyway,
you don't like Tay Crowder?
Man,
I believe he made one big play
Crowder. My goodness,
I believe he made a big play for us, and before he got hurt, he
made a
really
big play
good.
Every single time he was on the field.
I believe he made one big play for us, and when he came back from his injury, he wasn't the same player he was before. It was like he was overthinking it or something. So hopefully he can get back to what he was when he first got out there.
All we need that other middle linebacker to do with Blake Martinez is play his gap. If you're a one gap linebacker playing with Blake Martinez, you are good.
And Blake Martinez is legitimately one of the best mics in the game right now, in my opinion. And I'm not saying that just because I love the dude.
Yeah, Ragland can
be underrated for his whole career, but Blake Martinez is a damn good middle linebacker, but he will continue to be underrated throughout his whole career.
Yeah, it's just because of his play style.
He doesn't look like a great linebacker. He doesn't sound like a great linebacker.
It's because
that's literally it.
Yeah, he's just one of those guys that's always around the ball. His speed on Madden may be a 75, but he just finds a way to be around the damn ball all the time. And I told people when we got that guy, that's exactly what we needed at middle linebacker.
Like I said, it's because he didn't go to LSU. It's just because he's not a coverage backer. That's
get off
pretty much it,
man. Nobody care about no LSU, man.
I'm telling you, all the LSU backers hit.
I'm a Gator fan.
All of them hit, man.
Watch Jabril Cox just absolutely fail.
I hate Jabril Cox
because they don't know how to use linebackers in Dallas, man.
They literally drafted a new core, even though they have a good core in my opinion, not a great one. They really drafted a new linebacking core.
But I'm going to address two things real quick. 5 is Gano's, but it could possibly be Jabril Peppers too.
Yeah, it's going to be Peppers, I think.
So that's one thing. And then shout out to DJ Smooth for the $2 super chat. Diggy, what's up, dog? I think we're a quarterback line away. If you mean offensive line as far as guard or something, I agree with you. If you mean quarterback
and then line,
yeah, I don't know.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
What makes people fear our offensive line that bad? Like
it's just the right guard.
Down the stretch of the season, we were actually pretty doggone good.
Yeah, with Zeitler. That's my only thing is that we just needed a right guard to go along with it.
They signed Zach Fulton.
Zach Fulton's not going to start, bro.
Huh?
I think he might start now that I'm looking
I think he might start. If Shane Lemieux can't get his pass blocking together, I think Fulton starts.
I think really don't like Fulton. Man. I do prefer Lemieux.
If Lemieux gets his pass blocking down to where he's fairly decent at pass blocking, our line is going to be great. Because Will Hernandez is going to be coming back. He's not going to have the COVID. He's going to have a full season.
And he's also going to be playing for a contract.
Yeah, he's going to be playing for a contract. Andrew Thomas did well. down the line. He was one of the top rated tackles the last 8 weeks. Nick Gates was a monster.
You could just count on Nick Gates. He was the most consistent one.
Yeah, Nick Gates. Yeah. Nick Gates was punching Aaron Donald back in his face, so he's always gonna be my guy. Right guard is Lemieux turns out to be a decent pass blocker because his run blocking is amazing. He was mauling cats out there,
especially being mobile and stuff. But shout out to Mr. Chicken. If this is the same Mr. Chicken from Twitter, man, shout out.
I think you missed the $5 from Ellison Smith.
Oh no, I'm gonna get. It's right after this.
Okay.
And Matt
he said Harrison. He said Harrison can also start. I think that might be the best path. Yeah, I think that might be the best path is putting Harrison at center and putting Gates at right guard. If everything starts to crumble, that might be the best thing because I think Harrison is better than any guard we have at center. But shout out to G Nation. Yeah, I know. Shout out to G Nation for the $4.99. We're on our way. Period. I think we're in the right direction.
What's going on, Lou?
There's a DJ Smooth $5 one up. You gotta scroll up for it.
There's one up too?
Yeah, that's the one I was talking about. You gotta scroll up.
Let's see. Okay. Shout out to DJ Smooth for the $5 super chat. Diggy, how you feel about 11 picks next year? Y'all think the Bears are top 5?
Is it 11 or is it 10?
I'll go first, and then
we get 11 because we're going to get a compensatory pick for Dalvin Tomlinson.
I don't think we will because we signed some guys. We signed some guys.
I thought it worked like
the formula balances it out. If you sign more than what you lose, you don't get a comp pick. But I think
that's the way. I thought that does work like that. Yeah. So no.
Yeah, because we have the two firsts, 1 second, 2 thirds, and 2 fourths, and then 1 fifth, 1 sixth, 1 7th. So that's 10. Yeah. First off, I think this team at this point is just going to be. It's just the team, the roster, the way that it looks right now is so stacked, in my opinion. I think I think with the Bears pick, if they're horrible and they're like top 5, I think we're trading that pick for more first down the road. But to add we have 8 picks in the first 4 rounds, to add 8 new players to what this roster, what we already have, I think we're in perfect position. I mean, if we lose a Jabril Peppers, we can easily replace him. If we lose Will Hernandez and he looks good, we can easily replace him. If we lose a Sterling Shepard and an Evan Ingram, if they all have these
I'm predicting it right now. We're gonna draft the Quentin Nelson of next year class, bro.
What's the dude out of Mr. Chicken is still in here. If he can, I keep forgetting his name. The dude out of he converted from defensive tackle to offensive to center. I'm forgetting him.
That's a conversion I've never heard of.
But he's been like the best interior offensive lineman in college football.
Do you remember what school?
Yeah, I'm trying to see if you know the school.
I'm thinking somebody will type it in the chat because he converted from D tackle to center.
Oh, can you highlight Tyler's comment real quick? Because I wanted to ask you guys this. What are the chances that the defense does regress a little bit?
There's chances, but I think we've done every single thing that usually good defenses try to keep everything the same. I think we've done enough to just say, like, if there is a step back, we've brought in enough new people to bolster it to where there can't be that much of a fall off because we didn't just ignore it.
The deficiencies that we had last year on defense was cornerback, and we definitely upgraded.
I will say this, though. We are changing the kind of coverage schemes we're going to be running. Because we ran a lot of zone last year, and then I had a conversation with this one of my subs in the comments. We ran a lot of zone last year, and that's why I said it in one of my older videos. Patrick Graham's low-key a mad genius because he didn't have the personnel to run the press man that he loves to run. He created this new zone one, and it worked out so great for us where we were the 9th best defense, and James Bradbury had his best year. Like, we're not going to be running that zone anymore because of how we drafted these men.
Run the zone.
Yeah, these man guys, the man guys that we drafted. That's why I'm like, if we are changing the coverage screens, I hope that Bradbury could continue to play at the level that he.
I don't think he will.
That's what I'm afraid of. That's why I'm like, I don't think he will because he played man all the time at Carolina.
I'm almost 100% confident that if we play primarily man, Bradbury is not going to be somebody who's just going to shadow somebody man to man. And it's not because I think he's a bad player. People have to understand that
he's great in the zone coverage we lost last year.
Him playing this cover 3 zone corner and playing off of people and breaking on the ball is his strength.
That's what he's elite at.
I hope that we play zone, but we do add in like 3rd and 14, Like those plays, we can play man. I think Bradbury is good enough to play man in those situations. But as far as like the entirety of the game, I want us to continue to play zone. But bringing in Rodarius Williams and Aaron Robinson makes it look like we want to play press man.
That's
going
what
to
I'm
make
saying.
me really angry.
So if we switch, that's where I'm worried a little bit. If we do switch the coverage scheme, right? And that's why once again I was like, I hope we stick to the zone scheme we had because it worked so well. If we switch to the man one, like, what are your thoughts on that? Do we come back? Do we somehow miraculously stay at the same level? Do we get better? Like, what's happening?
You guys are not thinking like Patrick Graham. We have the ability to
if I could think like Patrick Graham, I would be working right now.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason we're not thinking like him.
We have the ability to switch between both styles now.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. I just think
that's what I wanted it to be. I wanted it to be so that we'll actually be running both.
Like say the first half we run a man the whole time, we beating you down the whole time. Then we come out and run zone the whole second half because now you game plan to beat the man, but now we're back in zone and now you're running coverages running routes into our zone. So he's gonna switch it up, man. You might see one drive we run man, one drive we run zone. First down, we run man. Second down, we run zone on third down to turn around, run man again. He's going to have so much to play with this year because we actually got decent edge rushers now as well. Mm-hmm. That guy, Ellerson Smith, is going to play a major role with us within the next 1 to 2 years. I don't think he's going to do too much his first year because I believe Patrick Graham's going to take him under his wing and really teach him how to pass rush.
I think he's gonna replace Jimenez, if anybody.
Yes,
Jimenez is. I think he's already replaced.
Jimenez plays around too much. He might be gone this year.
I think he's done, man. Like, what a disappointment. Anyway, shout out to DJ Smooth for the $5 super chat. Let's go get Zach Harrison, Ohio State defensive end, or Kayvon from Oregon. Kayvon Thibodeau is my number one dude I want next year.
Yo, is it related to Tom Thibodeau?
No,
Kayvon, who's Kayvon? Who's
edge rusher from Oregon?
I'm trying to think of him. I'm gonna have to look him up, but I believe he's an absolute monster.
He's a monster, man. Like, dude is
and he like 6'7".
Yeah, I'm trying to think. He's I don't think he's 6'7", but he's a monster. That's my number one dude. Yeah, Mr. Chicken, you still in here? Who was that defensive tackle that converted the offensive line? That's just a monster. I can't remember his name.
I mean, bro, if that Bears pick turns out to be good, we could get Kayvon and that interior lineman.
We definitely could.
I believe that Bears pick is going to be anywhere from about 12 to about 18. I don't think they make the playoffs, but I think they're going to be a little bit better than people think, especially if Justin Fields gets in there early. I believe that team's going to rally behind them, and that defense is going to start playing like monsters again. And they may beat a few teams that they're not supposed to beat. But if they do fall, that Kayvon dude is going to be one of the first people we look at if we get to the playoffs and we just get outscored because our defense didn't have enough pressure. Or if Dan Jones takes us to the playoffs, he's our quarterback. But it's gonna be one of those top guys. I think it's either going to be a edge or a defense. Or a wide receiver again, because we might lose Shepard, and we're gonna put Tony in Shepard's spot, and then it would be smart to get a number one receiver, a top receiver like a Justin Ross or someone next year at that second receiver spot.
There we go. Tyler Linderbaum. Tyler.
Can you highlight it, or did you just look it up?
No, I looked it up. Tyler Linderbaum. That's his name. He converted from D tackle, and he's basically been a monster at offensive lineman ever since.
Oh, Iowa. Oh, just like Wirfs, eh? Iowa.
Yeah. Shout out to Taco Nacho for the $1.99 super chat. Diggy, please check what I sent you on Twitter. Let's see.
Oh, is he talking? I think we got just tagged in it about Aaron Rodgers, but I don't know what that account is, if it is the Aaron Rodgers thing. Like, if that account is trustworthy.
I don't want him on the Giants.
Neither do I.
I mean, like, Aaron Rodgers will be an explosion. Joe Judge would not. Aaron Rodgers goes out there and blames his coach and blames the players. And
Joe Judge would knock him out, bro.
Yeah, that's because the Packers let him get away with that. He wouldn't get away with that here.
I don't want that clown, man. No, he'll never win another Super Bowl. He's just not. He has everything that you want in a quarterback, but
I don't think he has the mentality, man.
With comments, that's what I'm saying. The mentality I don't like. I just don't. No.
And it's funny. It's always hilarious to me because that's exactly why the 49ers passed on him back in the 2006 draft. And he is a Hall of Fame quarterback, don't get me wrong, but now you're seeing it's coming back towards the end of his career.
I don't know if I'm going to say this on stream, but I'll respond to it. DJ Smooth, shout out for the $2. I don't care about what Aaron Rodgers does on the field, about him freelancing and throwing it behind his back and all of that stuff. He's not a leader. He's not a leader, and the people always say if he went to the Patriots, he'd have 10 Super Bowls. I think that's all BS because Aaron Rodgers isn't a leader. He should have multiple Super Bowls.
He should have like 3 or 4, bro.
He's had good teams. Yes, his defense.
Would you say the same thing about Drew Brees as well?
Drew Brees is a leader, and that's why Drew Brees' intangibles and his smarts and his hard work has put him, to where he's gotten to. So he's overachieved.
So you say Drew Brees is overachieved?
Overachieved, yeah.
Maybe stats wise, but that guy should have about 2-3 Super Bowls himself.
No. He played in an era with Tom Brady and Peyton Manning and Aaron Rodgers. But I'm saying if you look at their skill sets, Aaron Rodgers is the prototypical quarterback who can move, who can make pretty much every throw in the book.
Okay, would you say this? Has Drew Brees had more help than Aaron Rodgers as far as offensive wise?
I will say defensive wise. I'll say that Drew Brees has had more help as far as his coach.
So Drew Brees hasn't had way better weapons than Aaron Rodgers has had?
I don't think so. If you look at the season of Aaron Rodgers where he first broke out and he looked like every single time he was looking at the TV, he was throwing a touchdown.
Greg Jennings and Jordy Nelson. Those were pretty good.
That receiving core, I'm telling you, just because they didn't have the top 2-3 receivers in the league everywhere, that receiving core was stacked and everybody played a role. And that team was well put together. And Mike McCarthy.
Okay, so after them, who has he had consistently besides Devontae Adams?
I'm going to ask you this: if you're a young quarterback and you're developing your receivers, do you really think it's going to help your receivers' development if you come out and start complaining about them playing video games? Do you think that's going to help them develop into better receivers? Why do you think it took Devontae Adams so long to develop?
Devontae Adams developed pretty doggone quick. He developed like
they was calling him a bust. They was calling him a bust.
Devontae Adams?
Yeah.
Are you talking about the Devontae Adams that was in Miami?
Packers fans were calling him a bust.
I gotta look at if you can look up his stats real quick, man. I think that dude developed pretty quick.
DJ Smooth, this isn't really a debate about Aaron Rodgers versus DJ as far as who's the better quarterback. That's not a debate.
It's a debate on what is Aaron Rodgers gonna do here.
I will say this. Aaron Rodgers is an a-hole. We all know that. We all can agree about that. But the Packers are nothing without that guy.
I'm going to read you. Devontae Adams, his first 2 years, had 400 yards and 400 yards, and they was calling him a bust. Packers fans did not like him.
Was he hurt?
No.
Or they just wasn't throwing the ball.
He wasn't developed. He was coming along really slowly.
Yeah, because that guy turned into a monster. But
the thing is, I'm just telling you, I feel like Aaron Rodgers, for how great imagine you're a rookie receiver and you're coming into the league. And you coming into the league and you playing with Tom Brady or Eli Manning or Peyton Manning, who's going to bring you along and take you under his wing. Exactly, Odell. I'll give you that. And the thing is, those receivers, they're going to be under the veteran quarterback's wing to where if they run the wrong route, Eli Manning, Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, they're going to say, I should have done a better job. I should have put the ball in a better place. I need to do a better job during the week. Aaron Rodgers is going to say, I got my receivers running the wrong routes. I mean, nobody's helping me. I'm telling you, these are people that are on the field.
I believe he has how LeBron James would criticize his players, but they still seem to win sometimes until he faces a real good team.
Bron doesn't even criticize them to the degree that Aaron Rodgers does.
You crazy as a mug. He might not do it openly.
Name it.
He traded his whole team. What do you mean? He
you're one of those people that thinks he's the GM, bro. Okay.
He is the GM. What do you mean? That dude's the GM. What do you mean?
Shout out to DJ Smooth for the 2 hours.
Hold on.
And not to mention the fact we're talking about 2 different sports here, but okay. Where
leadership transcends no matter what
basketball,
sport
one
it
player
is.
legitimately can
Leadership
win a championship.
transcends no matter what
In
sport
football,
it is.
one player cannot win a championship.
That is true.
I would say one player can't win a championship, but a talent with if Aaron Rodgers had what Tom Brady has between his ears, Aaron Rodgers would win the Super Bowl every single year. Nothing is. Tom Brady with that horrible receiving core went to the playoffs. I guarantee you, about 28 other quarterbacks in the league with that receiving core and for the Patriots, they would not be anywhere near the playoffs. We saw what Cam Newton did, and Cam Newton is still a good quarterback.
So the thing that makes people like Tom Brady better than Aaron Rodgers is leadership. That is true. The leadership angle. I believe Aaron Rodgers is just too arrogant with it.
Exactly.
Tom Brady, you accept it from Tom Brady because Tom Brady is going to give you his all 1,000%, and you know is true meaning behind it. It's not to make you look bad. It's because he just wants to win that bad. Aaron Rodgers does not have that, and I believe quarterbacks like him and Drew Brees, I believe they fold when it comes to expectations. When it comes to you, everybody's saying that you're supposed to win the Super Bowl. I don't care what anybody says. Drew Brees is supposed to have 2 to 3 Super Bowls at least.
I agree with you. Wait, did anybody disagree?
Aaron Rodgers should have 4 to 5 Super Bowls.
There you go.
Drew Brees should That's my point. Aaron Rodgers should have much more Super Bowls than him, and some of it, like I'm gonna try to be like, I don't like people throwing their teammates under the bus, so I'm just not a fan of them, but. Sometimes his defense has let him down. Sometimes his defense really let him down. But other times, I mean, people say that Bill Belichick has helped Tom Brady win these Super Bowls, but part of it is that his defense was like, if we can just make this play, Tom Brady is going to win this for us. Like that's like we have all the confidence in ourselves to win this because we have Tom Brady. And I just don't think his teammates, believe in him the way that his teammates believe in Tom Brady.
Because it's the way that he comes off. Everybody knows this guy is probably the most talented quarterback that's ever stepped on the field. Maybe Patrick Mahomes may have a little bit more.
But before that, it wasn't close.
It wasn't even close. No, it was close. Dan Marino was like that as well.
Well, yeah, I haven't seen.
Well, yeah, I'm old, so. But Dan Marino, I'm not even that old, but I'm a NFL films buff. I love watching old guys get it in. But pause. But
I was about to say pause. Hold on.
But Dan Marino was a dog. Dan Marino was the Aaron Rodgers of his time. Aaron Rodgers is just too arrogant, and I don't believe he cares as much as he wants the people to believe. I believe that guy's just super talented. He believes, hey,
bro, he already has a retirement plan set up, bro.
I'm this talented, so you should just step your game up and we should win. No, Tom Brady is going to come to you like, dude, hey, look, I'm talented, but we have to get this game, man. This is for everything. I'm going to give you my everything, and you got to do your job because if we both do our jobs, we're going to win.
Exactly.
Aaron Rodgers is not like that.
Exactly.
And don't get it twisted. Tom Brady has chewed out his players as well.
But it's not in a like.
Tom Brady comes off as a bit of a jerk as well, and I know he is. Peyton Manning was the same. It's just that it's just different. It's a different vibe. It's a different energy that you get from those guys. You don't get an arrogant energy off those guys.
Because it's not about.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say because it's not about like you made me look bad. It's about you're hurting the team.
Yeah, you didn't make me look bad. You made us look bad.
That's why Aaron Rodgers throws the ball away so much because he doesn't want to look bad. He really cares about that interception percentage. He cares about that.
And like I said, the guy's just so talented, man. He really doesn't need superstars all around him to succeed. He got an MVP with those receivers last year. He put up mad stats. If he just had that thing about team, I believe he would have won more Super Bowls. It's about him. It's about him. And he's just one of those guys that's just ultimately talented. He's super blessed by the Most High. He could go out there and do things no other people can do. He just doesn't put in the team aspect to it. And it's sad because that dude really should be probably one of the best quarterbacks to ever play in this league.
And that's the
best quarterback to play.
And that's basically my point. That's basically my point is that yes, if he came here, I feel like, yeah, we're going to dominate the NFC East for the rest of his career. That's a given. We're going to do all of that. But as far as when it comes to winning a big game, it's going to be some shortcomings. But shout out to J Motor 23 for the 4.99 super chat. I still want Jones to develop into our franchise quarterback. He has all tools, just needs to improve his pocket awareness, and he will set the league on fire.
I
I
do agree
believe
with
in
that.
DJ. I believe in him.
But if you bring Aaron Rodgers to this team, I believe we get 1 or 2 Super Bowls because I believe Joe Judge rubs off on Aaron Rodgers because he doesn't have a choice to. And if he doesn't, that means we'll never do the trade because he'll figure out if he can get a hold of Rodgers before we even made the trade for him.
Aaron Rodgers would get Joe Judge fired, just like he was started throwing games to get Mike McCarthy fired.
I think he did that as well.
That's basically when I really stopped liking Aaron Rodgers when I saw that.
Yeah. When I think about that, he did do that as well because, like I said, it's the arrogance, man. Brett Favre had a little bit of that as well.
Exactly, and I think just watching Brett Favre as him it just basically made the arrogance that A-Rod had even more when he saw Brett Favre doing it.
No, the arrogance came from when he didn't go as high as Alex Smith that year when he was supposed to. That's when it really kicked in, and he did have it a little bit at Cal. He's always been like the guy. So
I can't. 40. I think he's 37.
I can't. Yeah, I think Rodgers is 37. Get ready to be
30.
Yeah,
I love my response when Gettleman gave to the reporters when I asked him, "Did you call Aaron Rodgers just to do your due diligence?" He's like, "No, that's none of my business." You know, exactly. What I'm saying? We've told you multiple times we believe in Daniel Jones. I don't know why you guys don't get it. And then at the end, he threw in a little comment. Plus, he's 37. So like,
yeah.
I love Gettleman, bro.
Shout out to DJ Smooth for the $2 super chat. Aaron Rodgers with Joe Judge would dominate.
Here's the thing, DJ Smooth. You don't understand. No. DJ Smooth doesn't understand. Joe Judge will not get along with Aaron Rodgers, bro. I don't know why that's slipping his mind.
That's why Joe Judge would bring him in before we did a trade like that. And then, like I said, it probably won't happen because they were both Joe Judge might punch him in the mouth. Who knows?
Shout out to CG.
Yo, Pat, real quick. Pat, I agree with you. Judge would knock him out, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, shout out to you, man. We have some serious debates in the comment section. But I definitely agree with you on here on this one. Okay, we got Diablo in here. This is a goat. But where were we? Let's get into the third round and talk about Aaron Robinson.
I think we already talked about Robinson. We actually
started off with Robinson.
We started off with him, and then we went to first and second.
And we kind of went to Ellerson Smith too.
The only one we didn't really talk about was
Darius Williams and
because I feel like we talked about Gary as well.
Yeah, for a couple minutes, but yeah, Rodarius Williams. From what I've seen, he's pretty much an outside dude. Maybe he could play on the inside, but I know at the very least he's an outside dude, and I think he's probably about a third round value, and we got him in the 6th round. And to have that dude as our 5th or 6th corner it just makes the secondary just look crazy. Oh yeah, shout out to Jersey Life.
Yeah, shout out to Jersey Life. He's on everybody's
Jersey
train, man. Jersey Life.
Definitely.
He's one of them guys that got 5 computers too. It brings up everybody's stream. He's on everybody.
And let's get KB in.
Yo. I need DJ Smooth to come into my streams and give me $2 for every message he sends.
Shout out to DJ Smooth.
I just wish I could.
All the same people saying no to Watson. Listen, Watson has some other stuff he needs to figure out.
Watson got
I've been very consistent.
With consent, bro.
I've been.
Now I've been wanting to say this. If we can give up those 2 first-round picks and Daniel Jones and probably a 3rd or a 5th to get Deshaun Watson next year, if Daniel Jones doesn't pan out, I'm doing it in a heartbeat.
And that's my thing. I've been very consistent with this. I said I'm going to give Daniel Jones a 3rd year to see how he does with a team around him, with weapons around him. And if he flunks this year, we have 2 firsts, 2 thirds, 2 fourths. Go get a quarterback.
Yeah.
Go get a quarterback.
Whether you're trading up for one or whether you're trading for one that's already in the NFL. Like,
you have all the resources to get a quarterback.
Like, the team is there, in my opinion, right now. So yeah, I completely agree with you. Where are you at?
If we get a nice quarterback, man, there's no reason why we can't go to that bowl. There's no reason why we can't, man. especially if he's a quarterback and get us 24 to 28 points a game. You know how hard it is going to be to beat us if we get averaging 24 to 28 points a game. Yeah. You're gonna have to be on your stuff that whole game.
Yo, real quick, conservative kid. I wouldn't say he was Me Too. There was like 23 women, bro. That's a lot of women.
Yeah, I don't know.
He's Me Too. If there was like one or two, there was
why you gotta get that many massages by that many different women?
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Like get your rotation of two good massages.
Bro. Yeah, right. Get you two
that's
good.
Bro,
I got her Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Another one Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
And I'm not saying that the Texans owner didn't mess him up, because he did, because it's very clear that the Texans owner knew what was going on, and he was just holding this over his head for a time like now. You know what I'm saying?
Like, man, why would you let somebody punch your foul? Like, what do you need with 23 massages? And they all saying they're massage therapists. Like
we all know what's going on. We all know what's going on.
You got a massage therapist for each body part?
Yeah,
that's what that
happy ending. That's what it's called.
Exactly.
Yeah, but
I'm getting two of the baddest I can get, and I'm getting those happy endings from those two.
If I'm Watson
for the whole week.
For the whole Watson, I'm just going out and dating like a normal guy. Except I'm the you
come here.
And if it's like that,
that's all we got to do.
If it's like that,
I pick you.
Yeah, you got professional women out here that would gladly
with
a payment every time. Card. You got the money to do it,
bro. He got one. He got one specific credit card for that reason, bro.
Some people have to pull out big stacks of money. Deshaun Watson can just pull out a black card.
That's one of the best things he could have did. Hey, accountant, give me a black card because I'm gonna be maxing this one out like every day. Help. I need professional help or professional attention.
But he's a super.
Anyway, let's get back on track.
Yo, real quick, y'all think Deshaun got some advice about where to get his massage therapist from Robert Kraft, bro?
Oh yeah, definitely,
yeah. For sure, bro. Listen, no, it was Nick Caserio. He came from New England. He gave Deshaun Watson all the good spots to try to warm him up because he didn't like Nick Caserio. He's like, hey, I know where you can get some good massages, bro. That's what happened.
Yeah,
you're right,
man. Ain't no damn massage in the world worth my career. I'm sorry. And did you see these chicks?
I didn't see them.
I didn't know there was.
Did you see the one that was crying, but not one tear came out of her eye?
That always happens. That always happens.
Like, man, these crisis actors, they be man. Yep. Never mind, man. Let's get.
They need more training. They need more training. They need more believable.
Anyway, KB, I just wanted to get your thoughts on. We pretty much covered all the picks, but just give your quick thoughts on what happened.
As far as the beginning picks, like the first 3 rounds, I'm pretty sure everybody knows my thoughts on them with when I was streaming with Kush for those 2 days. But I'm extremely excited. Of course, my initial reaction for Kadarius Toney looks bad, but I was just completely shocked that he wasn't in my mind at all. But after about 5 seconds, it really hit me like, man, this guy can be an absolute weapon on this team. And it's not like we were one of those teams looking for a number 1 receiver. We have one. We're looking for a complement. Now, you could argue whether that guy was Rashad Bateman or Kadarius Toney. If you ask me, even with hindsight, I probably would have still taken Rashad Bateman, but that's a preference thing. They probably prefer Kadarius Toney and what their scheme, for what their scheme is going to look like in the next year. Going to that second round pick, Azeez Ojulari. I'm like, how can anybody say anything wrong about that pick? I mean, that was insane. You trade down, you still get a first round talent, arguably the first or second or third best pass rusher, depending how you had him. Third round pick was the most questionable. It was, but thinking about it, I watched film on this dude. Now, I mentioned this in the stream when we drafted him. He was one of the first guys I actually watched on film this season because in the beginning, he was regarded as a first-round pick. So I was like, I'm looking at corners. I'm looking at guys that we need, tackles and stuff like that. He was a guy that I watched. I liked him. Now that I'm watching him again, I'm like, man, this guy's probably better than Darnay Holmes. And if they feel like they really wanted to upgrade in the nickel, and by the way, guys, we don't even have another nickel corner besides Darnay Holmes. So it was good to kind of draft this guy just in case, because Darnay Holmes has some injury issues too. Let's remember that.
Well, I just found out on Twitter. Are you kidding me? The Eagles signed Trevon Grimes as an undrafted
they got
free agent.
That I tagged
Eagles signed Trevon Grimes.
Yeah, I tagged Big Pat on Twitter. I was like, damn, he was right to hate Trevon Grimes. He was right to hate him.
They signed him.
I knew what he was.
He knew, yeah, you knew it. You knew it. Hey, that was the Giants in you, man.
And also, real quick, damn, Tamorrion Terry also really went undrafted, huh?
Yeah, I wanted to get into that.
Who picked Tamorrion Terry?
Seattle
Seahawks.
That was the Seahawks' best pick, and it was an undrafted free agent because their job was terrible.
To the Seahawks, ain't that bad? Man,
they always, for whatever reason, they always pick up good wide receiving talent in undrafted free agency. Always.
Yeah.
But
while you stopped at this pick, let me get to this super chat. Shout out to Frank, none of y'all for the $5 super chat. Why you get upset about Aaron Robinson? Some people had him as the 4th best cornerback, and he fits our system. Okay,
it's just the initial reaction, bro.
So
what system are you talking about?
I was just.
I want to say something too after you go, Dig.
Okay. Yeah, I was just off of the 4-hour stream the day before. I ended up only getting about 2 hours of sleep, and I woke up ready to take Tevin Jenkins. First of all, we got Ojolari, so I was happy about that. And then I said, let's go ahead and get Ben Cleveland. Let's get one of these guards. And I was dead set on a guard. I was already in a bad mood. I was dead set on a guard. And when we didn't take a guard, I basically threw a temper tantrum on stream, screen capped it, uploaded the video, and I have about 700 Giants fans commenting about how I don't know football, how I don't know where cornerbacks line up on a screen.
They're a passionate bunch.
They took that as me saying that Aaron Robinson is a bad player.
Right.
When I was really just upset that we didn't get a guard. Right. I don't know if I would have him as the 4th best corner for me, but the guys that I would have taken over him if I wanted to take a corner right there, none of them could play on the inside. So I do think it's a good pick as far as bolstering the secondary. Again, when we think about it, when you really think about it, it makes a lot of sense because we didn't have a second nickel corner. I think he is better than Darnay Holmes. And Adoree Jackson, he's been injured his entire career. And I would on the stream, I was kind of saying if you didn't believe that Adoree Jackson could stay healthy, you shouldn't have committed that much money to him. But just in case, I mean, it's an insurance policy and corners are going to play. Your 4th corner is going to play a lot.
Oh, yeah.
I think he'd be really good on special teams because of the style of football that he plays.
He's a missile. He's absolutely he's not afraid of contact. I'll tell you that much.
Oh, yeah. If we can play a lot of dime with Jabril Peppers at middle linebacker. We can do a lot of different things, and it helps to have more corners. So I think he's a good pick, but at the time I was very angry that we didn't get Ben Cleveland. He ended up going to Baltimore right after that.
Yeah, they had a fantastic draft, Baltimore.
Yeah, they had a really good draft.
Really good draft.
But Big Pat was going to say something.
To all the Giants nation, the Giant community, we have a head coach that thinks ahead. And I think Dave Gettleman likes that way of thinking. That's why he's conjoined with him the way that he has. You're going to be very disappointed with a lot of picks from Joe Judge if you're just a Giants fan that just wants to reach for whatever position that people say that we need. They're going to draft the best person for the team. Mm-hmm. These guys felt that Aaron Robinson was supposed to be a low 1st, high 2nd round pick. He was there at 3. They liked him. They talked to him. They like the way he plays. He's versatile. Why not trade up a couple of spots from a pick that we got from another trade down that we don't give a damn about? Go up there and get the guy that you like. Right. And I promise you that guy's going to play he's not a number 1 corner yet. Yeah. These guys are thinking ahead. What if Bradbury has 2 more all-pro seasons and then he asks for $25 million a year when he's 32? Or 33. We got Robinson sitting right there. He can play the outside corner. He's been playing well for the past 3 years. He's still on a rookie deal. What if Adoree Jackson's knee doesn't come up? And we have to release him after 2 years. Guess what? Aaron Robinson is right there. He can replace him. They're thinking of the future. Why do you think we took 2 edge rushers? Zimenez and Lorenzo Carter may not pan out.
I can't believe that I didn't really think of that when we were doing all these mock drafts. And I always mention it, but I never even think about double dipping at edge, especially getting 2 within the first 4 rounds. It makes so much sense. Lorenzo Carter had some promise had a season-ending injury. So did O'Shane Zimenez, and they're both our starting edge rushers. We can't really put too much stock into them and say, listen, we'll just get some depth for you guys, and you guys just go out there and play. No, they got out there and got potential starters with Azeez Ojulari and Ellerson Smith. Don't sleep on this dude, man. Like he's a little raw, needs some more technical help, but of course, with a prospect from a smaller school, of course you're going to get that and a 4th round pick. But man, that guy can ball too. So both these guys can be starters in place of Lorenzo and O'Shane if they don't pick it up.
Why do you think Bill Belichick does that?
Right.
When he lost Vince Wilfork, was it Danny Shelton right there, right behind him when came in?
Yes. Yeah, and Malcolm Brown.
Yeah.
When they drafted him in the 1st round. Yeah.
When they lose linemen, don't they always have somebody come right in and be like, man, they really didn't lose anything, did they? You think they ain't drafting him when Stephon Gilmore leaves because they're not going to pay him again? What do you think happened when David?
They're trying to get rid of him still.
Yeah, what do you think happened when David Givens, when he balled out and they got that first Super Bowl? Didn't they have Deion Branch right there, right behind him, waiting to come in, and he did the same exact thing? Oh, and David Givens replaced Troy Brown. Like,
and this was pretty funny. I did see that the Eagles were it was like a heated argument in their draft.
Oh my God. Did you see that? Howie Roseman was high-fiving everybody and they all look like they want to punch him in the throat.
They posted all the memes.
Right. I can't believe they let that go on live TV. Like,
it's because they're the Eagles, man.
They're the Eagles. That one guy, the last guy, looked like he straight up hated what they did. And that was after they got that D tackle. Oh man,
I remember Hub was sending those memes where it was like this, and then a month later we get a real life version of it.
Like the Eagles, man, they're gonna be the laughing stock for a little while, man.
Oh,
they're gonna take our place.
Their draft started off strong, but their draft towards the end, like 3rd round and below, their first 2 picks.
Bro, their first 2 picks wanted to be Giants, all right?
Their first two picks were great picks because they were our picks. They took our picks, Landon, and they got Devontae Smith.
It's not a great pick for the Eagles because they're not going to be able to use Devontae Smith the way he's supposed to.
I know that's for sure. Yeah, I've been telling. I posted the reaction that we had when Devontae Smith was taken by Philly. I posted that today from our stream, and of course, I got Eagles fans, flooding my comments. But what they fail to realize is this is a just reoccurring event that they're always getting high draft pick wide receivers and doing nothing with them. So I imagine it's probably going to be. I love Devontae Smith, but the man's probably going to waste his career. I mean, you look at what happened with Jalen Rager. They missed out on Justin Jefferson. They drafted J.J. Arcega-Whiteside.
Jalen Rager is already mentally broken because of Eagles fans. That's their fault.
They drafted J.J. Arcega-Whiteside instead of DK Metcalf. And they also drafted Jordan Matthews a couple of years ago. They thought he was going to be good. And then Nelson
Aguilar.
His
career.
Right.
And Jordan Matthews' career.
And Nelson Aguilar was hated.
Too. Yeah, they
Nelson
almost got Aguilar too.
And then when they paid Alshon Jeffrey, they paid a bunch of these receivers, did nothing. It's a reoccurring event. I'm not even worried about Devontae Smith. They don't know how to use wide receivers.
I'm used to rooting against Devontae Smith anyway. I mean, it's not like I was rooting for him anyway in college. I mean, he destroyed.
Right, you're an LSU guy.
He destroyed Derek Stingley, and I'm glad he's gone.
I actually feel bad.
Oh my God, that tape is going to keep Derek Stingley from being a 1st round pick next year.
He's going to go 1st round next year still.
Yeah,
that's the crazy thing.
Jersey Life, is that video on YouTube or is it on Twitter or somewhere else?
It's probably on both. Video. But shout out to Kareem Hauser for the $4.99. Keep the duo of Judge Graham together, and we will be in a Super Bowl. He will need head coach money and security. What's your thought? I think if we go deep into the playoffs this year, Patrick Graham is gone. The thing is, Patrick Graham said that this was his dream job.
Mm-hmm.
Said that this was his dream job. But, I mean, if we offer him head coaching money and another team is still wanting to bring him in as a head coach and offer him head coaching money, I mean, he's going to go. I mean, all of these coaches want to be head coaches, if not to at least just see if they can do it. So I wish
some of these guys would be smart though. If you offer a head coach money to be a coordinator and you love the environment, why not stay there?
Right? Why not stay?
I think Pat Graham has a high chance of doing that.
Yeah.
Like I know they want a bunch of minority to be head coaches and everything, but if you're giving me head coach money, If I'm making making $5 million here, and I could go be a head coach for $6.5 million, and wind up losing that $6.5 million because that team is just a travesty, I'd rather stay with the New York Giants and get it in, man.
Yeah.
Let's keep winning these bowls.
I hope so. I love Patrick Graham. I hope he stays, man. But like you said, if you get paid head coach money to not have head coach responsibilities,
right? Winning. You won.
Right.
You got something in the game.
I mean, he's working for free now. He's working.
Hold up. Eli's out here giving analysis on Fox Sports 1, bro.
What?
It must be.
This man's getting into you know what I'm saying, the media realm. I'm for it. Fox just, you know, this.
I'm surprised it 9 hours
Wait,
ago.
when?
They tweeted this 9 hours ago. Eli Manning giving his thoughts on the Bears QB situation and the position battle between Andy Dalton and Justin Fields. I'm like, is Fox Sports 1 about to sign this man? I'm down, bro.
Yo,
Eli's bred for the media.
Eli,
I want to see him.
He's gonna be.
I want to see him. I want to see him signed to NFL Network, man. I like the group of guys that got an NFL Network. Be a good.
I haven't seen them in a while. NFL Network.
I just can't stand ESPN and Fox Sports. I can't stand them. I don't want him there.
They're hilarious to me.
I can't stand them. They're so bad. Think about if Eli goes to like ESPN and he shows up on First Take. You know how much trash even Max Kellerman speaks about him? You know?
Max Kellerman is – we can have a whole stream just like going over what Max Kellerman is saying. Max Kellerman said –
that man's a rat.
Kellerman sometimes.
Kellerman said that if Justin Fields falls to the Giants, they should take him. And then not trade Daniel
they were
Jones.
complaining about him.
I made a video about that
the day after when Molly and Max said, "Oh, we passed on Justin."
The day after, Molly basically put this out there she threw this out there in the wind. He said, "Hey, by the way, Max, just so you know, Justin Fields was on the board at 11 before they traded down. And if Justin Fields has a great career, well, there you go." I'm like,
they live in an entirely different Giants fan universe than us. They just live in an entire different world.
Right? So basically, Patrick Mahomes was drafted, 10th overall, 12th overall? So somewhere around that range. You're telling me every single team just messed up for not getting Patrick Mahomes? Yeah. Like, come on. We were not in a market for a quarterback.
Also, real quick, there was something else I was going to say. Oh, yeah. We got like almost 200 people in here. Not only like the stream up, but y'all need to go over and support the man Kadarius Toney, aka Young Joker, on Spotify. He's also a rapper, but like
it's not bad.
He's not bad. He's good. Bad. I'm like, usually when I'm saying the player got a side thing as a rapper, they're not that good, but like he could be like our Dame Dollar, bro. Like Damian Lillard is not a bad rapper. Young Joker, aka Kadarius Toney, he's not a bad rapper. Go support him. You know what I'm saying? Even if you don't like rap,
Janoris Jenkins dropped a mixtape a couple years ago.
Kadarius, I was at the gym today. It's good gym music, bro.
Okay. But shout out to Will Dafoe for the 199 outbreak season for Ingram. I think opinions on Rudolph.
Outbreak? He's gonna give us some corona just by watching him.
There was an Ingram outbreak last year when he ruined our chances of making the playoffs. But
I think they meant break out, but outbreak is kind of negative.
But I think if Evan Ingram is going to have his most efficient kind of good looking season this year, it's going to be this year because he's not going to have
like the fifth target.
He's not going to have. I mean, Evan Ingram, all of his drops, if you just see, just like all of his drops are when he's looking at the football and he's looking at the quarterback and he's like, I don't want to drop this. So now he's not going to be running those routes anymore. He's going to be running crossers. He's going to be running seams. So I'm expecting him not to drop the ball the same way he did last year. I mean, he's going to be like the fourth or fifth option. So I expect him to just be that.
Here. I don't have too much hope for Evan Ingram. I really don't. But CGC, come on. CGC said Evan Ingram was that you can't teach hands. Are you kidding? Of course you could teach hands. Are you what?
You can teach them, but that doesn't mean that they're going to catch the ball.
Right.
You can't teach anxiety. I mean, you can't. Well, you can.
But at the same time, there's been plenty of freaking NFL players that have worked on their hands and gotten a lot better. Plenty. Can't believe you're going to the shadow room. Sorry, Evan. I don't have too much hope for you, but
Shout out to Max Webster for the $2 super chat. New York Giants for a Super Bowl run. Young Joker halftime show. Let's get it.
Bro, it's not. That'd be hilarious. I would love that.
That would be hilarious.
Oh man. Well, hey man.
And when he real quick, I just want to say when he raps, you don't hear the Florida accent at all. It's hilarious to me.
Yeah, when you talk, you definitely do though.
Did y'all see the picture he took with Dave Gettleman where he was pointing to him like this dude, right?
Yeah, they look like they're best friends, bro. I tweeted out today. I'm like, every time I see something new about him, like I just love to pick more and more.
Shout out to DJ Smooth for the $2 super chat.
Yeah. Here's the thing: we can't look at things with a blue lens, man.
Not even that. No, KB. I would listen. The question should be Tony and a future first round pick.
Right. That's what the question should be.
Tony and a future first and fourth.
Yeah.
You know, over. I would definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I would have probably taken that trade if Devontae Smith was still on the board. To be honest with you,
yeah, a free first to move down 8 spots is great.
That deal. If Devontae Smith was on the board, there was a report that the Bears would have offered a 2nd round pick and a 3rd round pick.
Wow.
Yeah, and if that was the case, then I wouldn't have moved, in my opinion.
Yeah, but I would definitely do that deal if he was on the board. So I think it's worth it. And I mean, I just think he's in a better situation. He's in a better situation here than Devontae Smith is for Philadelphia because they could possibly be taking a quarterback next year.
Well, not on top of that, the pressure as a rookie, Devontae Smith is expected to go in there and be the number 1 guy and get 1,300 yards this year. Like that's what he's expected to be. And Kadarius Toney does not have those expectations. We have plenty of other guys in there that's going to be able to play. Kadarius Toney is going to be there to develop as well as being a playmaker, but he's not going to go in there expected to be, their number 1 guy and get 1,300 yards. So
and the Bobby Woodruff, I'm from Chicago, but I live in Louisiana. Go check out the channel as well, man. If you're not a subscriber already.
Bobby, what up, Bobby? Everybody say hi to Bobby.
What's up, Bobby?
I'm from New York, Bobby. You know me, Bobby. I'm in Florida.
Oh, yeah, shout out to Kid Blue with the Bruno Mars hair tonight, man. He's got it going on, man.
I had to get my hair like my baby hairs were coming out, man. I had to go do my hairline real quick.
But, I'll say, who do you think out of this draft class? I'll say besides the first 2 because that's too easy. Who do you think out of these draft picks is going to make the biggest impact?
Call me crazy
in his first year.
Call me crazy. When we drafted him, I didn't feel like he'll make much of an impact because of how stacked it was. Aaron Robinson.
Mm-hmm.
I would say Rodarius Williams. I feel like.
You think so? More than
how would Rodarius get reps even over Aaron Robinson? Because Aaron Robinson has a challenge.
On the off chance that Adoree goes down, I feel like Rodarius is better suited on the outside.
I think Aaron Robinson is better than him on the outside and inside.
Mm-hmm. I think he's going to make an impact on special teams, though. I think he's going to make a major impact on special teams.
The last 2
that dude at Gunner is going to be crazy.
We're going to be amazing on special teams.
Yeah,
that running back we drafted wants to play special teams.
He's great, man. He's like a big Devontae Freeman. Is what he looks like. A bigger Devontae Freeman. So,
and I mean, he's agile for his size. I mean, he's like
he's a slasher and a thumper.
He will pretty much make the first guy miss. He off of that when he's running that stretch, it seems to be his favorite play because that's really where all his big plays come from. But when he runs that stretch and he makes that cut inside right between the tackle, ooh.
Yeah, somebody in my comments call him a bigger Paul Perkins, and I kind of agree with that. The running
style,
I actually see just that. Like that. He runs like Paul Perkins, but he's bigger.
Yeah, I actually see that. Yep.
And if Paul Perkins didn't fumble every other carry, he could have been decent.
He could have been something, man. Yeah, Paul Perkins.
And remember that other running back we had, Darrell Scott? They ran like a 4.2. That
took
God. Like a 99.
Tell me about that guy. Our 6th round pick that everybody thought he was the future. Oh,
he went 99 yards in a preseason game and did nothing after that.
Right.
But shout out to DJ Smooth for the $2 super chat. We are a stacked team, man. Excited. Yeah. I mean, okay. First, I'll give who I think is going to make the bigger impact, and then I'll go into where we think our biggest like kind of flaws are right now. But first, I'll go back into this. I think the biggest impact is going to be Aaron Robinson, but I'll say probably right after that because we kind of already justified that. I really think Ellerson Smith this year is going to make some noise.
I like him.
I don't think he's going to be an every down player. I don't think he'll be a starter, but I think in third downs he's going to make some noise because yes, he's a developmental guy, but he has a lot of tools already as a pass rusher. Mm-hmm. He has more tools than Azeez Ojulari does.
And his body is
exactly.
his body frame is very much similar to the first round pick, Jalen Phillips. As far as his body and frame is, very long.
His frame is similar to Rousseau, except he has athleticism.
Yeah.
Jason Taylor.
He's 6. Exactly. He's 6'7".
Yeah, people are
6'7", 252. He's going to line up outside. Joe Judge, because I was concerned. I was thinking of like if we saw him as an end or outside linebacker. Joe Judge said linebacker, so he's going to line up outside. And he's got a lot of burst. So putting him on third down sometimes and just telling him to go, I think it's going to help us a lot.
Right. Mm-hmm.
As far as deficiencies on the team, if you want to get to that, I'm gonna give you a list of all of them. If everything just goes awry, deficiencies will be right guard position, Daniel Jones if he doesn't progress, the edge if these guys don't turn out to be what they're supposed to be, as far as Lorenzo Carter and Zimenez, and that's about it. The second middle linebacker, but Patrick Graham has always covered that. And then we signed Reggie Ragland, who I think is very underrated. It's not too many deficiencies on this team, man.
Especially on defense. I seriously can't find, especially on the defensive line, I can't find a hole in this defensive line. Like remember how the 49ers killed us with their backups? If all our starters get hurt on the defensive line, we would do the same. We would kill a team with our backups. Yeah. Our backups are literally, I don't even know if Danny Shelton's going to start, but we have Ellerson Smith, who's probably not going to start immediately. I think he's going to be pretty well. Yeah, you got a bunch of these guys. And Lorenzo Carter, think about Lorenzo Carter not starting. Think about if he's playing backup again. Like, what? So we'll see, man. Our D-line's going to be great.
Yeah, this is kind of a kind of like the running style, maybe kind of reminds me of Bradshaw. One thing he reminds me, I was going to say, one thing he reminds me of Bradshaw about is that their athletic testing, like in the offseason, is kind of similar. They both ran 4.6s, and they're faster than that.
Yeah, that 40 is tricky. If you don't run that 40 right, you can seem slow as hell.
It's funny when Eagles fans don't understand that I'm trolling. And they don't understand that I'm trolling. You really think that with our roster and your roster that we're jealous of
right? No.
I'll let you guys celebrate it.
Diggy, check this out. They literally think Devontae Smith fixes all their problems. You know how they won't listen. They won't admit it to you, but look at their attitude before the draft about their team, and look at their attitude after they just drafted Devontae Smith. I mean, they think they're about to win the division now.
Listen, bro, the Eagles. I just want to be there to see the Eagles crash and burn, and the Bears as well, but the Eagles more so.
Like I said, a lot of times I'm going back and forth with CGC, but a lot of times me and him are step for step on the same page. But somebody else said something about the Bengals, and I'm not a Bengals fan, but I am a Joe Burrow fan, and I like what they did. I like how they reunited him with Jamar Chase, and like I said, there was about 5 or 6 tackles that we feel like a start that was there at the Bengals pick in the second round. I think they traded back, and then they ended up getting Jackson Carman. They got Jackson Carman. And I think Jackson Carman can start for them. They've got Jonah Williams on the other side, and you got your 2 tackles. I don't know
how I feel about Carman, though. I don't know how I feel, especially with the tackles that were there. I mean, I don't know. What wasn't Tevin Jenkins still available?
Yo, real quick. Speaking of tackles, worst pick of the first round, bro. What was it?
Alex Leatherwood.
You're thinking Leatherwood,
Leatherwood.
Yeah, I like Leatherwood, but not.
All right, let's say second. Yeah, I like Leatherwood, but yeah, not first. Since we all agree on that, what would be your second worst one of the first round?
Who was What was I think it was the third round, but when the Raiders drafted that Kuntz guy, oh my god, they had
Malcolm Kuntz. The Raiders no draft. They drafted 3 safeties.
Listen, Malcolm Kuntz. I like Malcolm Kuntz a lot. I think he's gonna be a beast. I don't know when they drafted him, but
a lot of people had him
back, man.
A lot of people had him as a 5th round, 6th round grade, and they drafted him high, either 2nd or 3rd round. But
I'm saying in the first, other than Leatherwood, who do you think was the
worst? In the
first, that one guy that went that nobody like. Everybody was like, "Who the hell is that?" What was that guy's name?
Listen, I
have
love
no
my
idea.
Washington football fans. I respect you a lot. They're great sports a channel, but I can't. Jermaine Davis, I still don't know why.
Here's the
he
thing.
No, that's not a
Exactly.
reach. Not a reach.
Here's
Not
the
a
thing.
reach.
I'm actually growing on their draft, and even the Jameer
No,
Davis.
their overall draft is good.
Yeah, people
I guess
got
I
so
personally
pissed
just
at
don't
me
think
for
he
my
was a first
NFC
round
East
pick.
rank, my NFC East draft rankings. People got so I had Giants fans say I was too harsh on the Cowboys, and you guys called me a Cowboys fan. Are you? I had Giants fans literally like cursing me out about this, and I'm like, what? But I like to watch I thought the Washington football team had an A grade. I thought I gave us an A as well, but that's just me.
But shout out to DJ Smooth for the $2 super chat. Which quarterback will break the league? And then he left another comment. Rookie quarterback.
The Peyton Turner pick. Who the hell is
Peyton Turner? I like Peyton Turner
right.
too.
I
like both of them.
Though. I think he was a reach.
I think both of those two edge rusher picks were reaches, but I think that they both have star potential.
So no, that's why we're
definitely
asking.
were.
Other than Leatherwood, who was also reached. Like,
yeah, I'm gonna look at the first round right now because I'm blanking right now.
Those guys were reaches.
I would say Peyton Turner and Leatherwood are the two reaches of the first round. Definitely.
Leatherwood by a
taking
mile.
Peyton Turner in the third round.
Leatherwood by a mile, though. I mean, like there's no way.
Like,
no,
okay.
I would say
You want me to give you a bad pick?
reach
You want me to
than
give you a bad
Leatherwood.
pick? I think.
Hold up. Everybody pause. Highlight King Lazarus's message. Lazarus.
He said it was the worst pick of the first round.
No. The very most recent one. Listen,
Kurtz is better than Daniel Jones.
You have your attention. Congratulations.
All right, well, yeah.
There you go. Now stop.
You got your 5 seconds of fame.
Put down the concoction you have in your hands of whiskey, beer, and some other type of vodka. All right, and go to bed.
Moonshine and
go to bed, bro. Just go to bed.
Yeah, the pick I thought was probably one of the worst of the first round, not because of the player, but just because of not fitting a need and value. And I know it was a kind of panic pick, but ETN going to Jacksonville, I thought that was so stupid.
I don't think it was stupid. I don't think that was stupid.
With James listen, anybody would love having an undrafted free agent running back as your star, as a guy, as a 1,000-yard runner. You don't have to pay him nearly anything. And you can go ahead and use this guy as your workhorse until you actually do have to pay him or let him go, whatever the case may be. And they go ahead and draft ETN. I get you want the whole Trevor Lawrence and ETN camaraderie thing, but at the same time, it was not needed at all. I know Kadarius Toney was supposed to be their pick there, but they had they could have went in other areas. They could have got. I know Koromora dropped a lot, but Koromora I thought was a great pick there. Trevon Moehrig,
I think they should have taken Pat Fryermuth right there. To be honest,
Pat Fryermuth. It's just like I like Travis Etienne. I'm fine with Travis Etienne. I don't like the destination, and I don't like how they use their first round pick, which they're supposed to really hit on because they got 2 first round picks. Hit on both of them, and then you're gonna help your team dramatically. I don't like how they use the second one on Etienne.
So do you like what the Bengals did, taking Chase over Penny Sewell?
No, I'm not.
I love that.
I'm. Here's the thing: it's gonna work out. But to me, my philosophy is always offensive line. But I know why they did it for Joe Burrow. I think it's different when it comes to a running back when they already had a 1,000-yard running back that has extreme potential. Now, if Jacksonville did not have a running back and they're just fresh off of Leonard Fournette and they need somebody, then damn, that's a really good fit. It's a guy that, they were teammates and they were always working together for the past 3 years, and it fills a need and the value is there. That's fine with me. But when you already have something like a 1,000-yard runner who James Robinson should be a workhorse, he doesn't need to have a committee in a runner, and you have a first-round pick. You drafted Travis Etienne to be he's a first-round pick. You don't want him to be in a committee either. So, I mean, somebody's going to get the reps and somebody's going to be left out. And to me, I think that's unnecessary. It's just unnecessary. I didn't like it. I
got a hot take for you. During the regular season, the Bengals beat the Browns twice.
The Bengals look good, especially what they did in free agency and the draft. The Bengals look good. Now, I'm a little shaky. I'm a little shaky on the Carmen signing. I mean the Carmen drafting, but I think they could have went other. I think Tevin Jenkins was still available.
If Joe Burrow is healthy, they're gonna beat the Browns. Twice.
Oh yeah. I like the Bengals this year. I like the Bengals.
I like the Browns draft though. I like the Browns draft too. But shout out to DJ Smooth.
They got Joe. Oh my bad. Go.
Because we never really answered this question. I read it and then we never. Which rookie quarterback you think is going to be the best just out of your
Trevor Lawrence?
Trevor Lawrence.
first year?
First year of Trevor Lawrence.
Oh, no. First year is going to be either Mac or Trey.
Why?
You think so?
Yeah, year one, I think either Mac or Trey.
Here's the thing.
They're just in better
If the
situations.
Jets get some common sense about how they want to run their organization, that Zach Wilson is going to have the best career.
Zach Wilson has a chance to have the worst and the best career just because of his play style. It's so boomer bust. That's what I love about him, though. Watching Zach Wilson, it's really what I love about him. He takes the risks that no other quarterbacks would take. He's a gunslinger. That guy just airs it out.
I'll say one thing: Zach Wilson throws some throws sometimes where he just doesn't care about his receiver's health.
Very, very Johnny Manziel-like, but listen, that's why Johnny Manziel was boomer bust. That's why Johnny Manziel was boomer bust, and he busted. That's the reason why it's such a risk. That's the reason.
I'm telling you, I'm not gonna lie. The way that ESPN and Bucky Brooks and not Bucky Brooks, the guy who was going to be our GM, the other ball.
Louis Riddick.
Louis Riddick. He kept on saying "bust all on you." He kept saying it. He just kept saying it.
I just noticed. I should have said pause. I just noticed. Thank you. Yeah, I should have said pause when I said that.
But Louis Riddick.
Wait, Katie, I said pause, but I said it really quiet.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, he said it.
Nah, man, Kush, you gotta save me, man. You gotta say it loud.
No, I did. I did say it, bro.
I said
it softly, man.
And this is fact. This is facts. I mean,
50%
the dude has a 50% completion rate.
Who's Zach Wilson?
No, Hurts.
Oh, Hurts. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, because they're still going on the chat about Hurts versus Jones.
Well,
he had a 50% completion rate.
And other than that, I'm not going to make the argument.
No, but listen, Big Pat, Devontae Smith is going to save them. It's going to save Jalen Hurts.
I'll give Eagles
him
fans
an 80% completion percentage.
I'll give Eagles fans this. Jalen Hurts is the fourth best quarterback in the NFC East.
I thought you were going to say the fourth best quarterback in Eagles history. I was like, that's awful.
And you know what? He's probably not wrong.
Jamar Chase. DJ Smooth, Jamar Chase is winning Rookie of the Year.
Rookie of the Year.
I gotta.
Let me pull up the first round.
You can't count out the QBs, bro.
Yeah, I can't count. Yeah, they just
get. Justin Jefferson wins it one year. Next year, Jamar Chase wins it.
I can see that happening. That's a good story.
Rookie of the Year. I'll tell you what, Najee Harris has a chance because running backs usually always get that.
Hell no.
They do have a chance.
And I'm sorry if I'm absolutely butchering your name. He says just like Tony is going to save us, right? In all caps, bro. We're not even in a similar situation to the Eagles. We're way better. What's
going on?
What did he say? What did he say? I missed it. What did he say?
He said like Tony is going to save us, right?
Like we're even in the same situation.
It's funny because we're not even saying Tony will save us. And well, what are we saying? That he's a compliment to our guys. He's not the guy that we're not saying, yo, you are the focal point of the offense. We literally have a star running back. We have a star wide receiver. We have Sterling Shepard in the slot. We got so many weapons, dude. We're not worried. We love Kadarius Toney for what he is.
And this is why I said that Najee Harris isn't winning because the Steelers' offensive line has.
Yeah, they screwed that up, dude.
Listen, bro, Najee is coming to the Giants in 2025, all right? Or
we have zero line. All I'm going to say is I just hope you weren't one of the people telling me that I was stupid for being mad we didn't take offensive line. I'm sure you weren't.
Did you just say we have O-line, my bro? Your on paper it looks good. What happened last year? All five of them at one point were just hurt.
No, he said we have zero line.
Oh, we have zero line.
That's why he was saying like Tony is going to save us because he's saying we're in a bad position.
Wow. I don't know about that. We actually have a star left tackle.
That's why I'm not worried. I mean, at the end of the day, Devontae Smith is going to be going against James Bradbury, who has probably about 40 pounds on him. Across from that is Adoree Jackson.
Yeah,
and the speed. Adoree Jackson is there. Aaron Robinson is there. Darnay Holmes is there. McKinney
I'm not even trying to see it with a blue lens. How the hell is an offense supposed to score against us? The only reason we are failed, the only reason we will give up points is shooting ourselves in the foot. Miscommunication, shooting ourselves in the foot. Like just pretty much that's it. Miscommunications and probably bad play calling. Probably bad play calling. That's it. And I don't even expect that.
It was a chicken said Eagles.
He's going in on
it. He's not wrong, bro.
He's not wrong.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. The entire NFC.
Did they get a linebacker in this draft? Did they get a
Yeah,
linebacker?
they got I think they got Who got JOK? I forgot.
Browns.
The
They
Browns
got
got
okay.
JOK.
Because if
Did
they
the
didn't get a
Eagles get a
linebacker, they're
linebacker?
screwed.
The Eagles are getting ready to take our players as the live.
They like that. They like that Alex Singleton or whatever his name is. They like that guy, but he sucks. We torched them up last year. So
Please keep.
But yo, guys, I gotta be out though, man. Shout out to Diggy for having me on.
All right, man.
Big Pap, come on, KB, and the chat.
All right.
You're hilarious.
Thanks
You know
for
what?
popping
I'm
up.
gonna stay for this last super chat because I want to actually know the content.
Yeah, shout out to DJ Smooth for the $2 super chat. Chiefs and Bucks won't score.
hell no.
The Bucks we did a good job against last year. The Chiefs, who knows?
I
mean,
think
the
we're a
Chiefs-
good matchup for the Chiefs.
The Chiefs score against everybody. First off, Adoree Jackson against Tyreek Hill 2 years ago,
I'll
2 or
take
3
that.
years ago. He looked really good. He was running step for step with Tyreek Hill.
I'll take that. I like that. matchup.
Actually, I think we got a good chance of beating both them teams.
Yeah, like I said, I think we match up.
We should have beat the Bucks last year.
Yeah, and the Bucks are the
Yo,
same team because they resigned
this season goes down to one thing, maybe two things, but one guy, Jason freaking Garrett. That's what we have. Everything we need: offense, defense. Who's guarding Kelsey? Oh, damn. Well, we got a lot of people to guard Kelsey.
Levante David is going to guard Kelsey. I don't know how Levante David did that.
Locked his ass up.
I mean, really, the only thing that's going to stop this team next year, literally with this roster, I really like. It sounds like we're a whole bunch of Giants fans just puffing our chest out, just talking. But like the defense that we put together is ridiculous. Just like I'll say, the defense that Washington put together is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. They missing a little bit of depth in the secondary, but other than that, their starters in the secondary and their starters in the front seven is ridiculous.
I'm gonna continue to say it though, bro. I ain't worried because Saquon's still gonna run for 200 on them.
Right.
That just happens
for all the Eagles fans in the chat right now, like me especially, I'm always talked down upon because I'm always like a pessimist about the Giants. I got a lot of Giants fans at my throat constantly because I say wrong things, like negative things about the Giants. The fact that I'm this confident about the Giants says something, okay, you Eagles fans. So we're not just looking with a blue lens.
I'm just saying.
With that being said, I gotta be out though. Shout out to all y'all, man. Peace.
All right, Kush. All right, man.
All right. And basically, like I'm saying, going back to show you, it's not just like a whole bunch of bias. The way our football team matches up, being completely objective, the way we match up against most teams, the only weaknesses that you could point to right now is that our right guard that we put in there is so horrible that it ruins the rest of our entire offensive line, and that Daniel Jones is just a complete train wreck. If Daniel Jones is the 21st best quarterback in the league, we need to be in the playoffs with this roster.
Right. That's all he has to be. That's
like
all
if
he
he's
has
22, 23, we're in the playoffs.
Right.
Exactly, and that's what he's saying. If Daniel Jones plays like how he played last year, except with added weapons, we're in the playoffs.
Right. You guys need to know, you Eagles fans. Of course, you guys aren't watching Giants games because you just don't want to. But if you watch Daniel Jones play, why was he throwing all those interceptions? Nobody was getting open, and he just felt like he needed to throw it. Of course, that wasn't the right decision to make, but he had nowhere else to turn. He's one of the more accurate quarterbacks in the league, especially with the deep ball. Playoffs, that's absolutely right. I know you ain't talking. I know you ain't talking. Philadelphia Eagles.
Do you think that the Eagles are going to go to the playoffs this year with Jalen Hurts?
Come on, man.
Hey, I gotta say one thing. I gotta say one thing,
They drafted
bro.
a quarterback, didn't they? No.
I gotta say one thing.
I don't think so.
The Eagles roster was better last year than it was this year.
They were. I was scared of Carson. I'm not going to lie. Carson Wentz against the Giants was money. Carson Wentz was always going to be clutch against the Giants.
That should tell you what's going to happen to y'all this year.
I want to see Hurts have to thread the needle against the Giants. I want to see that. I really want to see that.
If Jalen Hurts ain't running all over the field,
if Jalen Hurts has to lead a game-winning drive on the Giants, granted, I don't see how that situation is going to come down to that. But say if we're tied like 24-24 at the end of the game, and they're hoping for Jalen Hurts to help them go down the field to win, it ain't happening. It's not happening.
I'm actually happy y'all didn't win that game because you allowed us to get an extra first round, third round, and fourth round.
Let me address like 3 things real quick. First off, Greeny Green, I understand you're not a DJ fan, but you can't be arguing on the side of the Eagles fans right now.
He is
against
accurate,
the Giants,
actually.
man.
I mean, he is.
You can't be arguing against DJ as a Giants fan. You got to code up and protect DJ right now. Second of all, Eagles fans are suffering from a certain thing that we like to call in the field of psychology grandiose personality disorder. We do not care about the Eagles losing that game. You guys have a chip on your shoulder that Giants fans are like having nightmares about you guys. We don't care about making the playoffs and losing to the Bucs in the first round. We just don't care about that at this point. We got better draft picks. We got what we wanted. We got future first out of this.
They want us to be mad, and the fact that we're not mad is making them mad.
Imagine tanking to get a higher draft pick than trading back and then trading back up.
And if G Nation is still in the chat, if you have a Twitter, hit me up on that so I can send you the link. If you're still in the chat, let me know.
That's hilarious, bro. Listen, what a year right now to be a Giants fan, man. Like, come on. If this year, I'm telling you, everybody's having the same feeling. We feel like this year is going to be a good year, and we're not Cowboys fans. We don't go around puffing our chest every single year like we're going to be great. We're going to be awesome. We have our moments where listen, this team ain't going to be good. This is the first year where I think collectively we all feel like this is going to be a decent year for the Giants. So
yeah, there's going to be a lot of boos at the Philadelphia Stadium.
I mean, I just don't see it.
I'm all for it. I'm all for it, man.
No, I'm talking about because they're going to be booing their own team.
Oh.
You have G Mason. You have a Twitter.
When Jalen Hurts is 1 for 19 and 30 yards, I mean, and he can't figure out how to complete a pass.
I was never going to block you. I was never going to block you. I don't block people on YouTube.
Hey,
people
King Lazarus, we don't block people on here, man. Hey, Laz, we don't block people on here. We want all the smoke.
Right. Exactly. We're not blocking people. And people have said a lot worse than what you said.
Right.
Said a lot worse.
He said,
I like you a lot more than most.
He's like, I donate. Don't block me, please.
Anyway.
I give you money.
Hey, I feel bad for Devontae Smith, because y'all go get Devontae Smith hurt.
Yo, Jalen Hurts just throws it in the middle of the field.
Throw it across the middle of Michael Parsons. He goes down.
Blake Martinez, boom, brick wall, baby.
Shout out to Frank Nunnier for the super chat.
Y'all only friends where a player cries because he's unhappy.
Oh man! Oh my God!
DJ's interceptions were off our receivers' hands, and I think it was about 6 actually. But
I think all of them were Evan Ingram. All of them were freaking Evan Ingram. Oh my God!
And shout out to DJ Spoon for the $2 super chat. We beating the Eagles Alamo this year. I mean, I see us beating the Eagles, but the thing is, man, like
I see a lot of people beating the Eagles this year.
I mean,
I see about 10 teams beating the Eagles this year.
I don't know how you look at the Giants roster. The only way that you can see this roster not succeeding is if Daniel Jones is literally the 60th best quarterback in the league. Right. Because I've seen Blake Bortles go to the playoffs with a team worse than this.
And check this out. And I'm glad you mentioned that. Check this out. Our team is pretty much constructed like how the Jacksonville Jaguars were in 2017. Exactly. We had a strong. We were supposed to have a strong running game with Saquon Barkley there. Decent offensive line. Their offensive line wasn't anything too special. Very good wide receiving core, and their defense was absolutely elite. And that's what our defense is looking like. So
he's talking about when Joe Judge did not hold a press conference about the Eagles. It was his weekly press conference, and they asked him a question.
Oh yeah, they were hounding him about it, and so.
But I'm not gonna blame that on you because you're not a Giants fan, and the media really pushed that out.
Right,
Joe Judge said, I'm gonna go out and say something about
that. Actually hit ESPN freaking like First Take and stuff like that, a regular press conference, and he didn't even give them any information. He didn't even. Oh man. It's the media, man. It's the Big Apple. The Big Apple
Eagles
media.
In trouble, man.
Try to get my boy Joe Judge in trouble, man.
Let's see.
Yeah, the Eagles are in major trouble, bro, fellas. Them boys over there, boy. They gonna have a fun time whooping y'all ass this year.
We're gonna enjoy this one. We're gonna enjoy this one. Ain't that right?
I'm gonna ask Joe Judge, can I line up at fullback?
I just sent G Nation. I just
want to hit somebody.
I got a hell of a chance. I got a hell of a chance to score a touchdown today.
What? I'm going up against Alex Singleton. I got him. I got him.
Yeah, all we need is some. Yeah, I just messaged you I just sent you the
one. Darius Slay for to be cried again.
Darius Slay is hilarious, man. That dude is funny.
Oh man. Well, that's his fault. That's his fault for signing with the Eagles, dude.
I don't know if somebody saw, like, if y'all saw the video where Darius Slay was like taking it play by play for like when he was going against DK Metcalf. That was hilarious.
Wait, what happened? What happened?
He was like narrating what was going through his head when he was going against DK Metcalf last year.
Oh yeah,
it's a funny video.
Oh,
I don't know if I'll get copyrighted for playing.
Hey, highlight Machete's comment.
Machete. So I got blocked and for an honest mistake on Entertainment Talking Sports. I asked if he was disappointed that
and they just got him up out of there.
It's that damn autocorrect. I'm at Penny Sewell.
But and Joe Judge said that they cut up Joe Judge's conference because the first thing he said is that we need to win games to get in the playoffs.
Yeah. Hey, lads, we're not gonna blame you on that too because the way I saw it, the way I saw it in the media, how they switched it up, they cut it so nicely to make Joe Judge feel like the villain, dude. He didn't say nothing about you guys. He didn't say nothing about the Eagles.
Yeah. That's the media for you, man. But that was
we got Lou G Nation in here.
Lou, what's good, Lou?
What's good, my G-Fan family?
Hey.
What up?
What you thinking about the draft, man?
Hold on. Let me lower this because I know it's running interference. Yeah, man, I'm excited, man.
That comment was funny as hell.
Man, them dudes is haters, man. They just mad because they know that Devontae Smith gonna run across the middle and get whacked by Blake Martinez, Fadi Adenabo, Reggie Ragland, or maybe Jabril Peppers. Somebody gonna lay that man on his back.
Somebody, right? Somebody.
And he gonna have the same look that he had when the Eagles lost
I knew this shit was gonna happen.
Get up like, where the hell am I?
No, he gonna pull one of these. Which one of y'all just kicked me?
Yo, man. Hey, that man's gonna get hurt his first year. I don't wish nothing bad on nobody. But he's
keep it real. I don't wish no injury on nobody.
I don't want him to get hurt. But with the type of establishment they running over there.
Hey,
listen, he's gonna get a warm rookie welcoming, is what he's gonna get.
Pat just said it. Imagine throwing the game to get a draft pick, and then trading back down from that draft pick.
Mm-hmm. Then trade back up.
And trading back up. So you paid twice the draft capital for the spot that you already had.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And then fired their coach that did it.
To go get a player who doesn't like the way your quarterback throws the ball to him.
Like I said, y'all picked the player that cried because he was unhappy. Most people as a top 10 pick cry because they're happy. He cried because he was unhappy.
That man said, I gotta go to Philly, bro.
Shout out to DJ Smooth for the $2 super chat. We bullying the birds. I want Dak more though.
Hey Lou, did you think about what I texted you earlier?
Yeah.
I don't know how your schedule is.
Nah, we could try it. Monday. We could try it.
All right.
It's facts. I mean, listen, it's basically one of those things where like you'll take him because he's talented, but at the same thing, like I'm like he's probably gonna play like 11 games.
Lazarus,
I'll be okay with it.
Lazarus, we wanted him because we would know what to do with him. Y'all don't know what to do with him.
Yeah,
I hope y'all don't. I hope
we would have used him as a slot. Y'all gonna try to put that man as y'all X,
and he gonna get X'd out.
And on top of that, they're gonna want him. They're gonna throw him all the targets, make sure he gets the whole workload, as if he's supposed to get 1,300 yards on like freaking 110 receptions, and that's exactly how they want to use him.
We were gonna use him the same way we're gonna end up using Kadarius Toney, and Tony is gonna run all over y'all.
Exactly. I'm ready to start calling him that.
Say what?
Because Darius Slay can't guard three people.
Hey, we got a player to run sweeps on instead of putting Evan Ingram on it now. we got a player to run.
A couple of times we used Sterling Shepard on sweeps, man. That just made me mad.
I hated it.
But shout out,
happy if we.
I was gonna say shout out to Deception for the $5 super chat. who looked more uncomfortable? Eli being drafted by the Chargers or Devontae getting sentenced to 5 years?
Sentenced. Oh yeah. He's gonna be like, please don't use my 5th-year option. Please don't take it. Please.
Listen, I think I'm gonna say Eli looked more uncomfortable. That dude looked
Eli
bad.
was so that was so awkward over there.
He didn't want to play against his brother 2 times a year for the entirety of his career. You know what kind of comparisons would have been made every week, every weekend, every front page?
Yeah.
They'd have made poor Eli kill himself.
Poor Eli kill himself.
And he actually had a couple better traits than Peyton, if you ask me. But maybe I'm biased because I'm a Giants fan. But Eli came up bigger in clutch situations than Peyton did.
He was definitely more. He was definitely more clutch than Peyton.
But Peyton was all-time clutch too. That's the thing.
Yeah.
No.
At least in the regular season.
Peyton was the best. That's why we always call Peyton the best regular season quarterback in NFL history because the
regular season you could be down 18 with 3 minutes to go and Peyton will come back.
Because it wasn't for a Broncos defense, you only got 1 championship.
That is true.
That second championship, he had nothing to do with it.
No, he had something to do with it, man.
Man, they was absolute garbage.
Against Carolina, that was all.
Peyton knew what to do. He knew where to run the ball to. He knew.
Peyton was garbage for that whole season. With that last year with the Broncos, he was a shell of. He was over with.
But no, he was right though. He still knew how to check out of the bad play, read the defense, and put him in a prime opportunity to score or gain.
Because remember, he checked out of that play and he handed the ball off, and it was like this long touchdown or something. But shout out to DeRon Osman.
He was complete trash. That defense saved him.
I'll say he was better with his head than Brock Osweiler was. But shout out to DeRon Osman for the $5 super chat. Honestly worried that Bradbury may regress if Graham goes full man. I feel the same way, but I think we got enough pieces around him to still be good.
We're not going full man. Graham likes to run a hybrid defense. Earlier,
we got a roster to where we can switch it up anytime we feel like it.
And I don't based on what you show us that you do. We're gonna plan based on the film, based on the
Oh, then he just went out.
Your audio just went out.
What was their weaknesses?
Oh, there we go.
Okay, you go.
It will emphasize on taking away their strengths, exposing their weaknesses. Same thing Bill Belichick runs in New England. That came from Bill Parcells and the New York Giants. So he's just bringing back a culture that was already here. He's tweaked it a little bit. He's made it his own. And we about to come back and stomp their ass.
Hey, Max, hit me up on Twitter, Max.
Yeah, Eli looked sick when he got drafted by the Chargers. He was like, I told y'all not to draft him.
Hell no.
He was like the nerve of this team to sit here and draft
right,
after
to still take him.
He was looking like, Pops, you got to do something, because this ain't right, Pop. Get me up out of here, man. And everybody knew. Really what that was is they didn't have faith in the Chargers organization.
Oh, he's talking about, listen, we're not talking about the new Patriots. That's just how our defense is. That's how our defense is built.
See, that's where the Lions and them messed up at. That's where the Lions and them messed up at. With Matt Patricia and they wanted to be the new Patriots.
The Patriots was actually the new Giants. Let's get that correct.
Yeah,
Bill
that's
Belichick
how,
that whole culture from New York.
Facts. He brought Parcells.
Hey, go to Joel's comment.
Oh, Joel in the building. And I know Joel is pissed. He wanted a lineman.
If you think the fight in the war room was good, wait till you see the fights in the
locker
for the Eagles.
I'm telling you, Devontae Smith is a winner, and if he sees them out there like, let's throw the game, let's just throw the game.
Let's throw the game.
Devontae Smith is going to throw some hands in there.
I just feel bad for him and Jalen Hurts because they're ruining them guys' careers.
Yeah, Jalen Hurts. I like Jalen Hurts for real. I like Jalen Hurts. I think Jalen Hurts has all the intangibles. He just needs to just get better at just a lot of the throwing stuff. Yeah. But either way, Jalen Hurts and Devontae Smith, I just don't think they fit in with some of the stuff going on.
The Eagles franchise is one magic carpet ride from being just like the Lions, not winning the damn thing.
I know this is a bit off topic, but I do want to say this though. In my mock draft before the draft, I did have us trading back, and I did have us picking Azeez Ojulari. I just wanted to say that.
Okay. Exactly. We have been on the Eagles for a little while.
because they suck.
Said check PTA's new. I'm not messing with that, man. I saw his tweet.
Oh, damn. Hey, yo, I gotta be out now.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to pop in here.
I'm gonna start to wrap it up soon.
Yeah.
Y'all the only franchise that beat up Santa Claus.
Oh man. It's all in good fun, King Glass. It's all in good fun.
You said most recent Super Bowl winner. Who gives a shit? Y'all been alive for.
Wait a minute,
years.
I got one Super Bowl, and you just brought that up.
And it was with your backup quarterback. The main quarterback lost confidence because of it.
He never was the same. Never was the same.
But hey, we right over 8:05. I'm gonna get ready to wrap this up. DJ Smooth, I saw you. I'm gonna get you on here the next time I stream. It might not be next Sunday, maybe the Sunday right after. But shout out to y'all for popping on here. Shout out to Hub for popping on here. I think the Giants are in a good direction. I think we're definitely gonna win more games than the Eagles this year.
And if we go right, the Eagles are going left.
I'm gonna open it up to y'all to just plug what y'all want to plug before I get out of here.
Hey, y'all lucky Diggy shut this stream down because I can keep going.
We can go for about 3 more hours. Yeah.
The best thing y'all had in the past 20 years.
Hey, y'all check out Kid Blue RB27. Go sub him up. Go sub up Big Pat Sportsman. Go sub up Diggy. Sub me up G Nation, man. You know the Giants fans are turned up, man, and we got good reason for it.
Facts.
Damn shame what happened to Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
Waste of a career. Hey! There's a new phrase in the NFL. When you earn your wings, it's a bad thing. It's a bad thing when you earn your wings in the NFL. You put them wings on your family.
It's gonna be bad. Miles Sanders is gonna get hurt because he's gonna have an overload workload.
That's true too. That man can't stay healthy. So
for the first time in his career, Devontae Smith is gonna give up in the middle of the season.
My man gonna pull a Vontae Davis and say, "I'm out. I'm retired. I'm out."
Oh,
y'all finish the game.
Your left tackle is old enough to be my uncle.
That man is old enough to be my great grandfather.
Oh damn!
Uncle
Peters, Uncle Jason Peters.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna call him Uncle Peters from now on.
Your backup quarterback Joe Flacco has a better career than all Eagles quarterbacks besides Donovan McNabb.
Yeah. My man Flacco starting.
Donovan McNabb was the Bills of the NFC, but he didn't even make the Super Bowl. He went to the NFC Championship 4 times.
Nah, listen. Their next franchise. Listen, man. Their next friend. Yeah, right. We could go on about Jason Mailata. Your franchise left tackle is a rugby player. All right, this man a rugby player. This man came from the rugby league, bro. Who do you guys have on this line, dude? Come on, man.
Oh, remember, this is the same team that signed some dude out of a bar named Vince Papali and then made a movie about it.
Yeah, yo, they made a movie about a special teams player, bro.
With a dude playing him that was a Patriots fan.
This man said he's the next Rudy, man. Oh, man.
And they had to give Mark Wahlberg extra to play him.
Right.
I'm not playing this fucking guy.
You know this guy existed. Why are we making a movie about this guy?
They say,
"Oh my god,
he played in the NFL. Is this fictional?"
You gonna give me that much? Okay, I guess I can do it.
Oh man,
like they told me to go do homework.
Oh man,
oh my god. Hey, Dig, you better stop. You better stop the stream because I can keep.
Yeah, let me get out of here.
Yeah, end this thing right now, man.
Hey, when I get sleepy, I get real ignorant.
Right, we getting delirious on this, bro. We getting delirious now.
But y'all go ahead and sub up the G Nation, sub up the Big Pat, sub up the Kid Blue.
Yes,
oh man,
I'm gonna get out of here.
You might not want to sub. I'm telling you.
All right, we out.
All right, man.